start things off with today with the Royals, who have lost their second in a row. Yesterday was ugly, to say the least. The momentum, I think it's fair to say, man, that they built up over the weekend against the Angels, like it's already gone. It's already killed, and this was the danger. I'm not saying they can't ever lose baseball games, but you lose 2 in a row, and yesterday was a lot like what we had seen a majority of the season be, right? If you're talking about what's the outlier, what's real, look, I don't think they're the worst team in baseball when they were record-wise the worst team in baseball. But what they were against the Angels, was that who they are as well? And I think we're finding out neither may be true. They're somewhere in the middle, which means just an average baseball team when it's all said and done. The offense had its chances again yesterday. What was it, 12 men left on base? They were one of 8 with runners in scoring position.
Very similar to what happened.
That's what was happening prior to the Angels series.
It's like the old adage they say in the NFL. You are what your record is. And right now, they're not good. The 2 teams they've beaten this series are a combined of 13 games under 500. With Minnesota and the Angels, that's 13 games under 500. They still are looking to beat somebody good. That was the chance yesterday. All that goodwill goes out the window. Again, The Angels completely suck, and they did sweep the team. I get it. You only play the team in front of you. You keep bad teams down. They did exactly what they should do. Because you know what? The Royals looked head and shoulders better than the Angels, didn't they? Yet the record's very similar. Royals have 12 wins, Angels have 12 wins. They look very similar. But when they played, the Royals look so much better than they did. Sometimes you get kind of a litmus test when you see your team playing a really bad team because they look so much better. And you're like, wow, the Royals should be competing because they're making a bad team look bad. And then they don't. So all that goodwill kind of comes out the window. That was a pivotal game, man. That was a completely pivotal game. You win that when you're feeling good in yourself. That's 2 series in a row. You just beat one good team. You're rolling into Seattle Mariners, who were in the World Series last year, who are barely behind the Athletics. Actually, they would have been tied with the Athletics had the Royals won that game yesterday, so they would have been tied for first place as they go into Seattle. But carrying that over would have been huge.
Yeah, I just think, the momentum that you were hoping could carry into the homestand for next week with the Guardians coming in, it feels like that's shot. And now you're really up against it. Against the Mariners, who, while, as you said, they're not the first-place team in the AL West. That would be the team you just played
but they would have
in
been
the Sacramento A's. And they would have been. But, the Mariners up there, that's going to be a series now where you feel like, because you're back to 7 games under 500, even if you just win 1 game, you're going to lose even more ground. I mean, you put yourself in a spot where you have to you got to win multiple series in a row to dig out of this under 500 hole. And
hope everybody else gets on a losing streak as well.
Sure, and the talk about salvaging the month of April, you had a chance to maybe do that if you would have won the series against the A's or swept the A's. Well, now you're, 12-19 on the season, and the month's over. So you had a 12-19 April. And I know we went back and looked historically, Royals teams, and when you have starts like this in April, the average win total is in like the 70s, low 70s, and best case scenario, if you believe in trends in history, is that they get to 80 wins somehow. Well, that's not good enough to get up to the postseason. It's sure as heck not good enough to compete for the division title, and the bar doesn't change just because they got off to a bad start. The expectation everybody is holding them to is division title run and playoff appearance, and they are far from that right now at 12-19. And yesterday during our show, we mentioned Eric Hosmer's tweet. It happened during our show because we were getting ready to hand things off to Vern about the lineup coming out. And I have said I don't get as upset about it as I used to because I just recognize at this point in time that based on opening day and how they handled Jack Caglione, that's what they're going to do for a while. But I must say, your offense, especially in a day in which Vinny Pasquantino's not in the lineup due to injury, is simply not good enough to not have Jack Caglione in the lineup. I mean, at some point, you do have to push aside a little bit of just the strictly we're going analytics and numbers and have a little bit of feel. I don't want to say common sense, but a little bit of feel to the game. That to me...
Except he had a huge homer off a lefty, which is ironic.
Even more of a reason, but I just... If Vinny Pasquantino was in the lineup and the rest of the offense, you had other guys stepping up, that's one thing. Your offense is not good enough to not have Jack Caglione in the lineup. I mean, it's ridiculous. And now that you're 12-19, this idea of like, well, we're this is not a developmental year. You're damn right it's not. So why the hell is he sitting on the bench?
There's 7 games that are 500, 6 pick in the draft. You play him at this point. He had a big home run last time. Development-wise, that's your guy. The Royals are doing this lineup like the team above 500. Like they're right at 500, top of the division. They're 7 games below 500. They're running up the bottom of the AL Central. Even the White Sox ahead of them, the two teams ahead of them now, if you go by the actual parameters of the division, because Chicago is just right above Minnesota with winning percentage. But you're sitting at the bottom, so you might as well use Jack Caglione. I'll say this about the season. This is kind of one way to look at it. Honestly, this season's a disappointment because before, when this team was doing this stuff and racking up to 100 losses, you have that expectation when they play. Like they're developing and, they got some young guys coming up. They're going to struggle this year, and you accepted that. And then once they made the postseason, you had expectations in the next year. There was a little bit of expectations last year, but not like this year. This year, the expectations were there. Hey, this team made the postseason 2 years ago. They're ready to go. Look, Bobby,
right,
is firmly in the lineup. Sal Perez keeps doing what he's doing. Vinny, you had two guys in Major League Baseball. There's only 16 of them last year with over 100 ribs. Royals had two of them. So you're sitting there going, all right, now it's time to go. That's why it's a disappointment. Because if they were doing what they're supposed to be doing, you'd be like, okay, this is what they're supposed to be doing. But because you had the expectations when the season started, that's why this season is different than those 100-loss seasons in the past, because there was no expectations. This year had full expectations. You're getting a new ballpark maybe, and that should bring excitement to this team. And I think that kind of tempers it a little bit when you look at that. But when you go in a season and you think this team's going to be good, and then they're playing like this, that's what brings it all back. It's only the expectations. If you thought they were going to suck this year, that's okay. It's par for the course what they do. But you thought they were going to be good.
Well, that's why.
And that's the hardest part.
Sure, and that's why fans, understandably so, are ticked off with what they're seeing in a 12 and 19 month of April. They're also ticked off because even in the year they made the postseason, I guess that'd be the one exception in the last couple of years, but that would be this team has always struggled in April. It's been a problem for the month of April, and when your offense is what it is, and one of your best hitters in general, Vinny Pasquantino, even if he didn't have a good April, is not in the lineup because of an injury, well, then you got to put your best players that are available in the lineup, and Jack Caglione is still one of your best players on this team and certainly has the capability of changing a game with the power that he possesses in his bat. I don't care if it's against a lefty or not. And so at some point, I feel like you have to say, all right, in this instance, maybe we don't lean all the way into the numbers, but that's not who they hired as a manager. That's what they wanted, right? That's what they wanted, and I don't know if there's going to be a pivot. But yesterday, it just adds to the frustration. You were maybe getting a little excited against the Angels, and it's why on Monday we were saying, hey, are you bought back in? Are they back or not? I said, not till they get to 500.
Oh, people are ready to buy back in.
Well, sure.
You got to have a good series.
That's great.
Sacramento
I was ready. If they would have swept the A's, and all of a sudden they were 3 under 500, I'd be all right, let's go. Big series against the Mariners.
Game, but everybody's laughing at the draft. Like the Royals didn't even make it to the draft.
Right.
That was the big thing. Then all of a sudden they start playing well, and they won 4 in a row. And you're like, all right, we got maybe have something here. But we do look at the NFL. We do it all the time. Well, look who they played. That comes up all the time. That is a big sticking point in the NFL. I get it. There's 162 games in baseball. But let's face it, they beat some bad teams.
They did. Well, I mean, the other part is, we now are in the month of May, and after this weekend series, they will be right at 20%, roughly, of the season completed after this weekend series. So after this weekend series, are they a team, worst case scenario, right, they get swept. So then they're a team that's 10 under 500, 20% of the game, 20% of the games. All right, let's say best case scenario, they sweep the Mariners. They're a 4 under 500 team, 20% in. Or in a more realistic scenario, they probably win 1 and lose 2 or something like that this weekend. And so they're 8 games under 500 with 20% of the season in a year in which they're supposed to compete for a division title?
Hey, man, they go out there and sweep the Mariners, then sit there with Cleveland and Detroit coming up. You'll see back to that excitement. You'll see that pendulum swing right back to where it was. But you can't hope for sweeps in baseball. All's not lost, of course, but just the disappointment and the expectations. Anytime you have expectations, it's like last year, the Chiefs, people weren't expecting, 6 wins, and that was an incredibly disappointing season at the end where people had to, and they started to justify it. Well, you get time off now before the draft. The full team can see the Senior Bowl and go to the Combine and do all the things teams do. So you start justifying why you're not good. Well, this is what the Royals is. The justification was you were going to compete, maybe win a division title, and then to be sitting where they're sitting on May 1st is the biggest shock to the system.
We'll talk more Royals baseball here in about 15 minutes or so. Jake Eisenberg, of course, you guys hear him here on 96.5 The Fan tonight as they begin a series against the Mariners. He's going to join us for his Friday visit. We'll ask him what he's seeing with this team and what has changed and his thoughts on Jack Caglione in the lineup, when he's not in the lineup, and Eric Hosmer's tweet, we'll get into all that. Don't forget, though, this year we have partnered up with KCUC, who's donating $50 to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for every home run the boys in blue hit this season. 1 in 8 men will face prostate cancer. Early detection saves lives. And at KCUC, Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team, you see the best in KC. Schedule today at kcuc.com. Let's pivot over to the Chiefs, I should say, for a little bit.
Oh, by the way, they did dodge a huge bullet with Mike Hill. Because it looks like, oh, man,
immediately?
He's hurt. Then he hits that home run. But it's like, when that happened, I was like, oh, no. This is the...
Yeah, it's the last thing they would have needed.
So they dodged a big one there.
Agreed. I mean, the way his teammates were motioning, you would have thought he was going to be out for a long time.
When Bobby and Sal motioned that, I'm like, oh, no.
And then he goes, as you said, and hits the home run. Yeah, no, that was, frankly, that was the only positive last night is that they avoided Michael Garcia ending up on the IL.
Yeah.
We'll see if Vinny's back in the lineup tonight or not. Again, we'll ask Jake Eisenberg about all that. Let's talk some Chiefs football, though, a bit. Yesterday, we focused in on the wide receivers that are on the roster and your belief in each one of those guys and what they might be able to do. We had Nate Taylor on our show earlier in the week. I think the morning show had Nate Taylor on yesterday, and they were asking him about Tyreek Hill. Here's the chance Nate believes Tyreek Hill will be in a Chiefs uniform this season.
Man, I don't want to be like hyperbolic or like over the top, but I think there's like more than a 50% chance that he's in a Chiefs uniform. So I would put it at like 55%, maybe even 60%.
Maybe as high as 60% chance. I mean, whenever the date comes that he signs, if he does, it's like the worst kept secret kind of thing, right? Where I think immediately after draft night, when they didn't spend one of their first 2 picks, the first round picks on a wide receiver, I think immediately we all thought the same thing, which is like, they must just be planning on bringing back Tyreek Hill. And it feels that way. We all know he wants to come back. I still think the best path for that is you go into the season not counting on him, where it's, hey, we'll sign you late in camp, be ready for the middle of the season as basically an added boost and reinforcement. Week 1 of the season, is he actually in a Chiefs uniform playing? I don't know if that's really the case. You've got Rice, you've got Worthy, you've got Thornton. All of a sudden, is Tyreek Hill your number 3 wide receiver at that point in time? I almost would rather them let him get as healthy as possible, but have an agreement where he's already signed. And yeah, maybe he does start on the PUP list or something like that. And he's basically an added boost in the middle of the season. We really don't know if he's got it left, right? Because of the knee. I mean, it was a serious knee injury. That's the other part. We were all excited talking about the potential, but he may not be the same football player.
If you saw that game and saw him laying on the ground, you'd think, it's going to take this guy a long time, which it is. Still needs one more surgery. I just wasn't a fan. I was a fan of moving forward. I've always liked Tyreek Hill. I consider him one of the probably top 3 Chiefs I've seen as far as when you draft him and you got somebody completely different and better. Like a Jared Allen. Draft this long snapper, ends up in the Hall of Fame, as an edge rusher. That'd be right up there at 1. But Tyreek Hill, and just the way his growth was in Kansas City, I enjoyed watching him play, and I've enjoyed watching his career. But there's something, and this is what the team does. I get it. They keep bringing guys back. You keep bringing back the Jujus. You keep bringing back these surprises. I'm just ready to look the other direction. I know they haven't done that exactly because they bring back Eric Bieniemy. So they've already, made that case and stated that case. They did go a different direction at running back coach and wide receiver coach, guys kind of out of the system. Not guys you've spent time with before, or former players and, or former coaches back in Philadelphia, because you're almost getting to the point way past that time. It's going to be former coaches in Kansas City because he's been here since 2013. But that's, once again, in my estimation, going backwards. I love the player, and I like what he can do, but the speed was always the thing with Tyreek. And that was the one thing because, 9 routes are vertical routes. He could get downfield. He could have that 70, 80-yard touchdown. He gave you that element. When he dropped passes, yeah. Was he usually in the top 5 in the NFL in drop passes? 100% he was. Even when he had the 1,800 yards a few years ago in Miami, he was second in the NFL in drop passes. But, as I've told you before, he got away from it because you drop a pass and you go 80 yards for a touchdown. Everybody forgets about what you did. But if he does come back, obviously the speed's going to come back slower. In my estimation, he's not number 1 in fastest receivers, not even number 2. Tyquan Thornton ran a 4.28. Xavier Worthy obviously set the record. I think the 3rd fastest wide receiver if everything is fine. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think when the offseason began,
maybe Caldwell, undrafted free agent, 4.31. I don't know if Tyreek can do that.
I think when the offseason began, I would not have been as on board with Tyreek Hill because I wanted to see, would they sign a receiver, would they draft one high enough, and you wouldn't have to go down this path. Now seeing the path they have taken, which was a defensive-heavy draft, and that's fine, to me, it makes way more sense. I thought there were some other options they could have gone with. They haven't. So now he probably is best case scenario to fill in. I disagree with this text. I don't know if you do as well. 913-586-7965. Someone says, if Tyree came back, he would be wide receiver 1. Why do you guys keep putting faith in Rice and Worthy? No, he wouldn't. Sorry. That's just flat out wrong. Now, if you want to question what Worthy can do this year, more than fair to question it, right? I'm not ready to write him off, as I've said over and over, but it's more than fair to question whether or not there's something there. But if you think Tyreek Hill is signing with this team, fine. If you think he's signing with this team and he's the number 1 wide receiver, it's just not going to happen. It's just inaccurate. He's not going to get the most targets on the team. Yeah. He's not the wide receiver 1. He will be the 3rd wide receiver at best. He might be the 5th receiving option, if we're being honest. This is not 27-year-old Tyreek Hill, no injury history coming in. Not at all. Now, you can be skeptical about Rice and Worthy all you want, but if you think Tyreek Hill will be the best receiver on the team and be the same guy he was when they traded him, that's just not happening.
And let's be honest. By the time he comes back and plays in the NFL, you'll have your Halloween decorations out. You'll have carved pumpkins.
You think that
by
late?
The time I think it's October.
I think October is why.
You'll have your Halloween decorations out when Tyreek Hill, if he comes back, you're looking at that timeline.
I wouldn't really have him play until October. I don't know if you're saying Halloween. I don't know if it'll be November, which is essentially end of Halloween. I don't know if it'll be November 1st.
And we're looking at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, at that point we're into November.
Which is fine.
I'm with you
down the stretch.
October could be the potential timeline though for him, but I think they would sign him like when we're in St. Joe, one of the last weeks of camp. I could see one day we're in St. Joe and it's announced they signed him. He shows up to St. Joe for like 4 practices and then they're done with preseason.
They're going to ask him, "Can you still beat man coverage?" They bring out the stopwatch. How fast are you right now? How much speed did you lose?
Yeah, I just think, frankly, I think some people are being a little delusional about.
I think people think he's come back the same guy.
Well, yeah, I think there's a little bit of delusion there. Like someone says, stop the BS, guys. Tyreek Hill is faster than Thornton. Also, he was having a normal year before he tore up his knee.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. How's he faster than Thornton?
I'm just reading the text. I agree with you.
I mean, that's a text line. How's he faster than Thornton? Because Thornton's one of the fastest humans in the NFL.
Someone says also he was having a normal season before he tore up his knee. We're acting like he just pulled a hamstring. This was a serious knee. To act like, he was having a great year and he's
dislocate a finger.
This was a very serious knee injury. I think people are being delusional about what is this going to be? They can
he
sign
still
him.
has another surgery to go. People,
they can sign him, Bink. But I would be shocked if he's the same player. I don't know why people are acting like that's being unfair. I think people are delusional if they think we've gotten 2 texts today. He's going to be wide receiver 1, and he's faster than Tyquan Thornton. This is the year 2026, guys. This is May of 2026, not October of 2021.
Again, Tyquan Thornton actually set the speed record over John Ross until they reviewed it at the combine. He was actually faster than the 4.21, faster than Xavier Worthy, and then they reviewed it and he ended up getting the 4.28, which is still blazing fast. But you put that Worthy speed, Tyreek Hill is not beating either one in a 40.
They would if they
at his age earlier on, maybe so.
They will not sign him, Bink, to come in and be the savior. He is going to get signed to just enhance, frankly, the offense.
Juju, but better version of Juju.
I mean, better. I would think better than that, but. They're not signing him to come and save the offense. That's not what this signing would be. Again, there's a reason why he is still not signed. He's also not able to play football right this second. This is a long recovery for him.
So we think when guys get in their 30s, even though what they were running when they're 22, 23, we automatically assume they still got the exact same speed in the 30s. It's like when Brett retired, in 5 years, could he come back to the Royals and still at 300? No. Yeah. It wasn't going to happen. Yes, eventually guys in the NFL get old. It's the sad reality. The father time does hit you, especially when you turn over 30 years old. You're not a kicker. You're not a quarterback. It does affect you. Sorry, he's not superhuman.
There's also, for his style of play, he's a great route runner. I think that was probably the most underrated thing about Tyreek Hill in his career. Great route runner. But so much of his game is predicated on the speed. And so you're talking about a devastating knee injury that is prompted an additional surgery. Remember, there was a report back in early March that he wouldn't pass a physical right now. And I don't know what the update is, in fairness.
He's 32 years old, so yeah. Passing physical's tough.
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's a real chance. Nate put it at 60% chance, 55 to 60 that he signed. I think it's 50-50 or so that Tyreek Hill is back. And post-draft, it increased. They didn't. If they would have drafted Carnell Tate at 9, I think that ship would completely have sailed, and there'd be no reason.
Oh, he has to love this draft for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. He's probably just, whoa. You see what they did? Nothing.
Yeah. No, I think
Cyrus
the Chiefs are keeping an eye on Tyreek Hill's rehab.
And they should, 100%. I just hate to keep seeing guys come back. To pretend that someone that's 32 is the same guy in his mid-20s is not the way the NFL is built.
Coming up in about 8 minutes, we'll talk some more Royals baseball. Jake Eisenberg going to join us here on 96.5 The Fan. Drew and I have to peel back the curtain about this morning, though, when we were meeting as a show. Bink, we were in the room that we go back to, just a little conference room, and we go and we run through the rundown and everything. And as we're in there, Bink's phone rings. Not once, but twice. And the first time it rings, you just like nonchalant, you just picked it up just immediately. Mid-conversation, you just picked it up, which was fine, whatever. And we can hear the other end, and it's like an automated voice, and it says,
it was expected call.
Blank phone company is giving you a call back, which would mean that you initially called them this morning.
It's true.
Bink has a history of being Mr. Customer Service Line. Bink loves calling customer service lines.
Who doesn't?
And so you hung up on them. 5 minutes go by.
Everybody doesn't, Bink. Only you do.
5 minutes go by.
If you can save some cash, man, you do it.
Your phone rang again. This time you picked it up, and once again, it was the same number. It was like, so-and-so is giving you a call back. And so at that point, Drew and I just looked at each other and smiled and walked away because it's been, I think on air it's been discussed, but certainly around the building, Bink is known to sit on customer service lines for 2.5 hours and tell us the ridiculousness of the customer.
That's not true. I did it with the phone because I was looking for an upgrade. And the other time was the
Did you
Royals
get what you
game.
needed taken care of this morning?
The other time was getting the Royals game in our studio. That was the only other time where I did it.
Did you?
Which was important to do.
That one was good.
Yeah.
Which was important to do because listeners want to know. So I was like, okay, I'll find out.
Who you at? What 1-800 number are you calling later on today?
None.
None?
No more.
You sure?
No more. But the one was finding out about the Royals games because I wanted to get the Royals games in on here.
That's right. You called to find out what channel the games were on.
Yes, that was important to know what channel because there's a million of them.
Then today, you got whatever company did you do? Did it get solved?
Yeah, it got solved.
Was it a basic question or what?
It was a great question. I'm glad I did it.
Did you threaten to cancel service?
No.
To get a better deal? You didn't do that?
It wasn't necessary.
That's the rumor.
Being nice, man, sometimes get you a long way.
Oh, so you...
Yeah, you're nice and not yelling at anybody. Sometimes it goes a long way.
Did they know who you were?
Usually I go the opposite.
Did they know who you were when you called?
No. No.
That would be crazy.
No. I used the Cody voice.
Oh. Well, I still think that's an all-timer.
Is this Jay Binkley?
Is that what they said when they said, this is so-and-so with blank?
Like, how could you not tell that?
Is this Jay Binkley?
Like, seriously, how could I not tell that was Cody?
I still don't know why he used that voice.
Seriously, that was 100% Cody. He was like, okay,
he should have gone like with a much deeper voice.
He tested the Irish accent, and it sounded really good. You would not have known, other than the Odyssey number popping up, you would not have known that it was him.
100% knew that was Cody.
Is this Jay Binkley?
Anyway, up next, let's talk some Royals baseball with Jake Eisenberg, who is in Seattle as the Royals begin a critical series against the Mariners.
This is Cody and Gold on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
I hope you are sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and is 30 to 60% lower cost than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you're a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone. 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
Call Hamilton today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews are great reasons to trust Hamilton. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
The first leg in horse racing's Triple Crown is this Saturday. So whether you're watching from the track or the comfort of your own home on the couch, you can bet the Kentucky Derby on the same place you bet all your other favorite sports. You can bet it on FanDuel, and right now, all customers get a Derby bet reset. So that means you'll get a racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. This app is super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. So make sure to bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on FanDuel and make it much, much more exciting with your Derby bet reset. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Verified FD racing account required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hey guys, this is Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana & Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch, KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City, telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brennan and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Rob Brennan. We hope you're enjoying Beyond the Pitch KC, a podcast on how Kansas City landed the world's biggest sporting event. It's presented by Commerce Bank. Visit commercebank.com/soccer26. New episodes are released every Wednesday on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, just getting started here on a Friday. It's Cody and Gold, Alex Gold, Drew Nixon producing the show. Jay Binkley in for Cody Tapp today. Coming up in about 12 minutes or so, we will talk more about maybe what could be the future in collegiate sports, something that a university decided to do yesterday, and I'm wondering why on earth are other schools not doing this? I'm guessing we will see it happen more and more, but we'll explain what that is in just a little bit. But let's head out to the Pacific Northwest and check in early morning with Jake Eisenberg. Of course, you'll hear him on the broadcast throughout the weekend on 96.5 The Fan. The Royals in Seattle taking on the Mariners, one of the beautiful parks in baseball he'll be broadcasting from this weekend. Good morning. I'm guessing knowing your normal routine, you're at a coffee shop or walking around, Pike's Market or whatever it's called out there.
Yeah, I definitely will be, maybe in about 20, 30 minutes or so, but not quite yet.
Yeah, I appreciate you getting up early with us. Where are you at with just what you saw in Sacramento? Because we were saying the bummer is there was a lot of momentum. I think fans were saying, okay, turning the page here a little bit against the Angels. And then, unfortunately, the final two games against the A's did look a little bit more like what we had seen the prior few weeks.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's kind of hard to know what to make of all, but because there were good things that were included in these games, and then there were things that we feel like we've seen before. I think yesterday specifically was one of those that it's hard to know what to make of it, because when it came to the offense, yes, they left a ton on base. They were not good with runners in scoring position, but it also wasn't for lack of quality contact. I mean, they were hammering the ball yesterday, and I think there were maybe 7 or 8 balls that had an expected batting average of above 500 that wound up as outs. And look, there's a defense. That's why the defense exists. And you can say, oh, yeah, we hit the ball hard, but, unless you get hits, then what difference does it really make? At the same time, it tells you that the offensive process was good, which I think is an important sign. It wasn't as if these were feeble attempts with runners in scoring position, which we had seen at times before. So it was kind of hard to kind of parse through what unfolded in the game statistically and what we were seeing with our eyes that would lead you to believe that it should have wound up in a different way. Of course, it didn't, and you're measured by wins and losses, and ultimately we start the month of May, and the Royals have a 12-19 record, which is far from where they expected to be.
Jake, how much did you breathe the sigh of relief with Maikel Garcia? When Bobby Witt Jr. and Sal Perez, because Sal Perez motions for a trainer to come out. It's usually pretty bad, but he comes out, stays in the game, hits a home run, but you take a deep breath at that point. What's going through your mind when you see Maikel down?
Yeah, I mean, you're thinking, especially when you see Salvi, waving to the dugout, and you see Michael Massey start warming up on the first base side. You're like, okay, he's coming out of the game here, and if he's coming out of the game, I mean, obviously we don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. We've seen a couple of times this season where someone's had to come out, and then they're day-to-day, and they're available. It's happened with Salvi with the right hip soreness. It's happened with Vinny with the low back tightness. It's happened with Maikel with the right elbow soreness.
Crazy.
So, I mean, yes, they're big sigh of relief.
Yeah, a ton. Were you calling a game on Monday night, Jake? Let's be honest here, because I swear, I did a double take. It sounded just like you. I'm watching the highlight. I don't know if it's the Angels, White Sox. It was one of the games. It was like, is Jake doing one game and then flying back to the West Coast because the Royals were off that night? I was like, is Jake doing this? Because I know you've done other games before, but I know you didn't do it. But I did do a double take because there's an announcer that sounds exactly like you. Done other games before, but I know you didn't do it.
I guarantee you that I was
exactly because Jake's probably going to come on later this week.
Game?
I forgot.
Is this? I mean, I'm hopefully going to take this as a compliment. I'm
no,
going to take
sounded,
this as a compliment.
It sounded just like you, like watching quick pitch. It's like that sounds exactly like Jake. And I've known you've done other games in the past, when you're on your way up on that rise. But man, I was like, surely that's not Jake. I do a double.
Well, I mean, you do know, Bink. When you watch quick pitch, that they play highlights from all the games.
Oh, I know, but it sounded just like you. It sounded just like you.
Jake. I'm saying that it might have been me.
No, it was not Royals.
Exactly,
highlights.
Jake. I'm worried that Bink was watching a game from 3 days earlier.
I get what you're saying, but it was not the Royals. The Royals were not in the equation. They were not playing, so there's no Royals highlights.
Okay.
But there is somebody that sounds just like you, Jake.
What do you want him to say, Bink?
Jake, have you not done Mets games before?
Well, he has.
See?
He's done but not games. On Monday night.
He's a professional.
Hey, Bink.
Gupasol was doing the Royals game the other night.
What Royals questions can I answer for you, Bink?
Oh, I was going to ask you about that, clearly.
Bink, I will say, Jake, he during the break, he said, I got to ask Jake. I think I heard him calling another game man on Monday night. I was like, okay, you go right ahead. And this was the response I expected from you. You should have I wish you would have actually just told him, yeah, that was actually me, Bink. I took a private jet.
Well,
I called another game. I made it right back to
like
Sacramento.
There's someone that sounds just like.
I mean, look, Alex, you know me. Like, I would have yes-anded and gone along with his bid if Bink could have told me which game it was he was watching.
I don't remember now. I was thinking Angels. There wasn't Angels. I don't know. I don't know what game it was.
We are talking with Jake Eisenberg. We can confirm he is in Seattle. He will be calling Royals games this weekend against the Mariners.
Eating fried crickets.
Maybe the crickets. I don't know. We can ask him about that. You know, Jake, I mean,
makes it seem that it is. I don't think it's so open and shut that he should be in the lineup every single day. And I mean, look, yes, you want Jack Caglianone to get as many at-bats as possible, but it's not necessarily just about Jack Caglianone. It's also about the other 25 guys on the roster. And specifically, that's an opportunity for those guys that are on the roster to face left-handed pitching to get into a game and stay fresh the way that Q likes them to stay fresh. And so it's as much about getting Starling Marte at bats and getting Elias Diaz into games, making sure that Lane Thomas is in there against lefty. It's as much about that as it is about other situations. And when it comes to lefties and righties, and this is something that I've kind of learned over the last couple of years when it comes to platoon splits. I'm not saying anyone is a platoon player. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying when it comes to platoon splits, how certain pitchers do against righties or lefties, how certain hitters do against righties or lefties, that they are not all created equal. In fact, far from it. There are certain righties. Scott Barlow is a great example. Yesterday, he comes into a game and Lane Thomas stays in the game to face him, which at its face value, you might think, that's a little bit strange. Why not have Cags pinch hit there and bring in a lefty to face Barlow? Well, Scott Barlow's allowed one hit to a left-handed batter all season long. He has extreme reverse splits. And if you want to start making those arguments about who should be where and how it should be done, then I would encourage you to take a look at various pitchers' splits and then make your point from there. Because there are certain pitchers that have those reverse splits or certain pitchers that throw certain pitches that move in different ways where other hitters' attack angles or swing paths don't necessarily align with those. That's all to say that I don't necessarily have the solution here. I know that I'm not nearly as smart as the people that do have the solutions. And so I guess what I'm saying is I'm preaching both patience and I am preaching a trust in the people that are hired to do these things and have vastly more information than we do, that they are constructing the best possible lineups for the best possible moments at the times where they need them to be constructed. All that said, I understand the argument of Jack Caglianone's a 6th overall pick a couple of years ago. You bring him to the big leagues last year. He's on your roster. Why is he not getting everyday at-bats? I get that too. And there's certainly an argument to be made that in the scope of development, that having those everyday at-bats is important. I will say that early on in the season, when the offense is struggling and you're trying to figure out ways to score runs, that some guys, could use a day here or there. And Jack Caglianone this week in Sacramento did not have quality at-bats. He was swinging and missing at almost every pitch the last few days, and he did have an infield hit yesterday, kind of dribbled one down the third base line, but to that point in Sacramento, he might not have been seeing the ball all that well for whatever reason, because it was, I think, 8 at-bats and 6 strikeouts over the first 2 games. And so there are aspects of that where it's, okay, let's hit the reset button. That's not just true for Jack Caglianone, by the way. That's true for almost every player on the roster that's not Michael, Bobby, Vinny, and Salvi, right?
Exactly.
And so I think it's an incredibly nuanced conversation that is not so simple as, I don't care who's pitching, he needs to be in the lineup. I think that's an oversimplification. I think it's taking something in baseball. There's nothing in baseball is that simple, in my opinion.
One more question for that series just happened with the A's, Jake. Noah Cameron. I mean, I love watching this guy play. The first 2 games of the year, just 1 earned run in each of those first 2 starts. And then it started to go to 5 and then 5 and then 4 yesterday as far as the earned runs. Usually we see these adjustments happen last year where teams make that adjustment back to him with the 5.4 ERA at this point. Yeah, I think he'll be fine as the season progresses. But have you noticed anything with him in the last couple of games?
Well, I think the specific thing with him, and talked to both him about this, talked to assistant pitching coach Mike McFerrin about this the other day. With him, it's first pitch strikes. When he's getting first pitch strikes, when he's getting ahead in the count, when he's on the attack, he's in a much better position to succeed. That's what we did not see in his start against Yankee Stadium. And, of course, the Yankees have arguably the best offense in baseball, so there's something to be said about that. But we saw against the Angels a career best in first pitch strike percentage, and lo and behold, Noah Cameron delivered a quality start. Yesterday, those first 2 innings, he did not throw many first pitch strikes. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 total first pitch strikes over the first couple innings, and that's where he gave up all his damage. Then the rest of the way, he was much better in throwing strike one, and lo and behold, didn't give up any runs the rest of the way. So with him, it is very specifically, at least for now, about getting ahead. And that's true for, I think, most pitchers. There are very few pitchers that are at their best when they're pitching with a 1-ball, no strike count. Jeff Montgomery, although we talked about it on the air last week, Monty said that he actually was someone that was good and felt more confident pitching from behind more times than not. But for most pitchers that aren't Royals Hall of Famers and didn't have 300 career saves, pitching ahead from strike one is really important.
Are you excited to be back at a big league park, or did you enjoy actually broadcasting there in Sacramento?
Well, so I love Seattle. Seattle's probably easily in my top 5. Whenever anyone asks me, I don't know what the ranking is. It changes, but Seattle is always somewhere in that conversation for me. So I love coming to the city. I love coming to this ballpark. It's going to be a pretty incredible weekend here, too. On Saturday, they're retiring Randy Johnson's number 51. So it's going to be a pretty electric environment here over the course of the weekend. Sutter House Park is quaint. It's a great AAA ballpark. Is it a major league ballpark? No. Is it as bad as people make it seem? Also no. We only have to be there for 3 games. Other teams have to be there for 6 or 7, or in the A's case for 81. So it's, varying situations. 3 games in a place that's not so bad to hang out and call a ball game. Now, I understand that I'm much more closely removed to ballparks like that than most people, and so it's not as far-fetched for me, but it's really not the terrible thing that it's made out to be. It could be better, and it should be better, and it will be better, but it's not as if we're going to the 7th circle of some demonic plagued area. Seattle, on the other hand, phenomenal. I really do love it here. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, Bink told me he wanted you to check out a local coffee spot called Starbucks. He said you might like it.
I did not say anything. I will say this, though. One time Rex Hudler did bring back some of those fried crickets for me because I thought they were interesting.
Yeah?
He actually brought some back. They actually weren't that bad.
Well, maybe Jake.
I tried.
You have tried them.
Hud got me some. I was either last year or 2 years ago, and popped right into the radio booth and handed me one. And yeah, kind of crunchy, kind of crispy. It was pretty good. I like trying, new things. But I will. So you said it's Bink. You said Starbucks. That's the name of it?
He's joking about that. I'd rather see you go catch a fish that's thrown to you
go to
like
Pike
a
Place
market.
Market.
What do you recommend?
Yeah.
What do you recommend getting?
What's that?
What do you recommend getting at Starbucks?
Coffee, Jake. Coffee. Alex
Oh, okay.
likes to play around a lot with certain things, and no, I did not recommend that, Jake.
Jake, appreciate it, man. Enjoy the weekend there in Seattle.
Hey, thank you guys. If there's any skepticism about my location, I'll make sure to send you guys a picture, give you guys some evidence of where both me and my voice are.
There's someone copying you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll make sure Bink's watching or listening to the correct game this weekend. Thank you. Jake Eisenberg.
Highest form of flattery.
Jake Eisenberg joining us here on Cody and Gold every Friday. And again, you'll hear him throughout the weekend. Royals do open a series against the Mariners tonight. 8:45, even later start time, by the way. 8:45 start time tonight right here on 96.5 The Fan. Vern's On Deck show will be at 7:30. Cole Reagans gets the nod. And as we said, I mean, I think the momentum, unfortunately, yes, there were a few individual performances during the series you like, but the momentum as a team, man, I feel like it's all shot from what you did on against the Angels. And the only way to, of course, get that back before you start a homestand on Monday is you go out there and you win a series against the Seattle Mariners, and you got to get one tonight, I think. Otherwise, we're sitting here Saturday, losers of 3 in a row. And you're wondering, okay, literally they're about to erase the entire win streak if they lose tonight.
Well, the bad part is, too, like Noah Cameron, I asked Jake about him because that's somebody you were counting on because he backed it up. Okay, comes out the first 2 games, just 1 earned run each game. You're like, okay, what's going on? But then it's 5, 3, 4 earned runs. What are you seeing from Noah Cameron? Because usually people make those adjustments. They would have made them last year. But he stayed pretty consistent with the Royals and with Reagan's over a 5 ERA. There's 2 guys right there in your rotation because the rotation has been the one thing to really count on with the Royals, not the hitting. And now all of a sudden you see but this is when you need the hitting to start getting hot, when you see a lot of the pitchers go back to not performing like they were.
So I wanted to get into some news that broke towards the end of the show yesterday. We had a short show with the day game and everything. And I was wondering, man, this seems like a great decision for Duke. And I wonder if certainly the powers in college hoops will do this now that Duke's doing it. And it is the announcement that they're going to have their own multi-year partnership with Amazon. You're like, why are you talking about this? Why does it matter? Because I think this is a sign, once again, of where things are trending for collegiate sports. So Duke is entering a multi-year agreement with Amazon that's going to include broadcasting 3 of their games next season. And this is the first time that Amazon has ever broadcast a live college basketball game, or will be the first time they ever do that. And initially, I was like, how is Duke allowed to do this? They have a conference TV deal. They have a conference TV deal. How are they able to do this? Well, the grant of rights they have does not go to non-conference neutral site games. And so the 3 games that are going to be on Amazon are Duke, UConn, and Vegas, Duke, Michigan at Madison Square Garden, and Duke, Gonzaga, and Detroit. By the way, props to all those schools for scheduling those games. That's awesome. Like, I love this new trend that we've seen the last couple of years where these teams, KU's done it with the Players Era, Invitational, and others, where everybody's scheduling big boys now in non-conference more than ever. And it's because there's NIL money behind a lot of it, and there's partnerships. But I think this is genius from Duke. Beginning with 3 games this year, Prime Video will exclusively broadcast 3 Duke neutral site games. Approximately in this deal, I haven't seen the exact dollar amount, but basically these deals will include NIL money for the players on top of it. I think this is smart. I think Duke is well ahead of everybody in the ACC. And how long before we see Kentucky or Kansas or North Carolina negotiate their own separate TV deal for their non-conference games?
A little bit. Remember the whole Metro Sports deal?
Oh, well, that's
no, I know it was just a couple games, but it wasn't neutrals, road games.
There's an extra comma or two on this one.
But this is completely different. This is, let's go to the streamers. The streamers are active now in sports. We know this. We saw Paramount Plus and Amazon do some Masters coverage. Now, yes, CBS still did a lot of the bulk load, and of course ESPN did as well. ESPN was the main one on it. But we see these streamers get involved in this. There was 5 NFL games that were going to streaming service, and we already know the reliance on streaming services and how much money that brings into the NFL. Well, these college teams jumping on board with it and doing it too. You saw a lot of games even go to the Peacock last year. For as far as Notre Dame and these games that went on streaming service, Peacock, it's part of NBC, but the games were exclusively, on Peacock for those games. We see more and more of this in college athletics. It makes sense if it's out there and it's available and they're starving for content, because live sports is where it's at, and they all know it.
Yeah,
live sports
Amazon
is the only thing to get.
And Amazon in particular, we know they've got the Thursday night football games that have that deal's been going on.
Yeah, they've sharpened their coverage
for almost 10 years, and they might end up getting, remember the rumors, Amazon might end up getting Sunday night football in the future. But to get this deal done, Duke, I guess, basically promised ESPN. ESPN owns a couple neutral site events, and so they basically committed to participating in some of these ESPN preseason type basketball tournaments. That's how they allowed them to do it. I think Kansas should be all over this. I think, again, Kentucky should be all over this. My guess is we will see other special deals. Now, the conferences as a whole may not like it because it's not going to be part of their regular TV package. But you know what?
Too bad, it's free money.
You've got to go out and get as much money as possible. And I don't know the exact dollar amount, but Duke players will get more NIL money out of this Amazon deal. This is the way it should operate. I think this is smart and is really, really good deal for Duke and is probably the future of college sports.
Yeah, we've really seen back-to-back days with the whole equity capital with the Big 12, and then all of a sudden Duke jumping into this with Amazon. Athletic departments are trying to figure out how they're going to get money and how they're going to survive and how they're going to compete. How you're going to compete to win a national title. How are you going to be the next Indiana that just comes out of nowhere and wins a national title? Trying to be that team. The streaming service is right there for the taking.
Yeah, look, I don't like Duke, but I got to give him credit. I think this is a genius deal. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we will talk about the fastest 2 minutes in sports and including maybe a local tie. Maybe a local tie to the race tomorrow at Churchill Downs. I think Carrington's on his way driving there right now. As a matter of fact, 2 years in a row, I think CDOT is going to.
Big horse guy.
He's a big horse guy.
Huge.
Who knew? He's all in on horse racing now. So we'll get to that in just a bit. I did see a little bit of news on Twitter momentarily. Just passed it right now. Russell Wilson, according to Andrew Marchand, is in serious talks, not with an NFL team, with CBS about becoming a studio analyst and replacing Matt Ryan's spot. Remember, Matt Ryan's now a top executive for the Falcons. It was just a day or two ago we mentioned Russell Wilson met with the Jets, but there was no deal signed. And would he continue playing? Feels like that might be his only NFL opportunity. Maybe Russ is realizing that, you know what, go be an analyst on CBS.
This was Kelsey's spot,
Do you
by the
think
way.
he'll be good on TV? He's
No.
so cheesy and fake. And
The last time I saw him do anything was last weekend when he's playing for the Savannah Bananas. Literally.
Right.
In
yeah.
New York.
Yeah, he did sign a little.
Yeah, but they wanted Kelsey in New York. It would have been his spot. But Russell, I don't want to see Russell Wilson
on CBS.
No.
By the way, the pregame shows on a lot of the national Sunday morning ones are just not very good. You know, they're most of the stuff, information you're getting from that is
NFL
stuff.
Network or ESPN.
The
does
NFL
a
Network
better
one is
job.
good. The NFL Network one is good with Rich Eisen. Although that all is going to change now that they've merged.
It's going to change, but I expect a lot of it to be the same.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I don't know. Russell Wilson on TV. I'm not surprised, but it just feels like he's never. It's gonna be fake and phony the entire time. I don't know if anybody's ever going to really believe him on some of his analysis. Like everybody, it's fine to be positive. I'm not saying you can't be the positive guy on TV, but it's just going to feel like it's always going to be over the top positive and not any real
I'd
critical
rather hire
breakdown.
Diana Rossini for that spot.
Oh, jeez.
I'm serious. Why not?
I mean, they would get a lot of viewers immediately the first time she was on there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ratings, man.
Bink updated me on something Diana Rossini related earlier today. Maybe we'll get to that in just a bit. You are still locked into the Diana Rossini story.
Locked into it. That and the draft moving around. Just looking at that too.
Oh,
future
draft
sites.
sites. Yeah. Cincinnati might be getting it.
I know. Drew's gonna be happy. 2029.
Will you go to Cincy for that one?
I'm not from Cincinnati. I'm not going to go to the no.
No, but you should because
if it's in
you wear the
Indianapolis,
jerseys.
if it's in Indianapolis, I would think of going. I'm not going to Cincinnati for this.
But it's your.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to go.
No, Bink, it is not my people.
It is, it's not your people.
Bink, it is not my Bink. I have visited Cincinnati maybe 5 times in my life.
But you love them.
I like the Bengals.
Skyline Chili.
I like the Bengals. I like the Bengals. I don't like the Reds.
You like Tigers.
I don't care for the Reds. I like the Bengals and I like Kings Island.
Because you said you like the
That's
Bengals
what
because
I
you
like
like
about
Tigers,
Cincinnati
right?
area.
You like Tigers when you're growing up.
Yes, but I can go see Tigers at the Kansas City Zoo or go see Tigers at the Indianapolis Zoo.
Well, true, Drew.
I'm from Indianapolis.
But you're a Bengals guy, man. That's your place.
But
your
that doesn't
people.
mean that I want to go see the draft in Cincinnati.
That's your stomping. It's going to be all Cincinnati. They're going to bring out all the Lombardi trophies they've won. I mean, it's going to be a parade of those things.
I would much rather be in the place of. I'd much rather be on my couch watching them make a selection.
What are they going to do with those Lombardi trophies they won?
Yeah,
bring them out?
I don't know. When they have the number 1 overall pick that year, it's going to be really awkward. Anyway, up next, let's talk about horse racing. Yes, briefly, I can tie it back into something CDOT had to say earlier in the week. I think it's kind of interesting just about sporting events and going to an event for a second time. Plus, there's a little bit of a social media freak out in Denver around their quarterback. Should there be real concern about Bo Nix? That's next.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself and Rob Bretton on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Penalties and interest are piling up every single day. Wage garnishments and bank levies could hit any moment. If you've been avoiding it out of fear, you're not alone. But waiting only shrinks your options and ramps up the stress. The truth is, the IRS settles with taxpayers every day through legitimate programs, and many qualify to reduce what they owe, in some cases by up to 99%. That's why thousands turn to helpwithirsdebt.com. They've guided over 120,000 Americans, resolved more than $2.3 billion in tax debt, and back every case with their ironclad resolution guarantee. If there's no real path forward, you get a full refund, no fine print. They even randomly select one qualifying client each year and pay off their entire IRS balance. Terms apply. Don't let another day pass. Go to helpwithirsdebt.com right now. It's fast, easy, and confidential. Find out what's possible today. Helpwithirsdebt.com. Once again, that's helpwithirsdebt.com.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Range Bait with Dusty Likens is now up on the Fan's YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter channels. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
11 o'clock on a Friday. Cody and Gold, Alex Gold, Drew Nixon with you. Jay Binkley filling in for Cody Tapp today. We will get to the trash of the day in about 20 minutes. Don't forget, you guys can always interact on the Jay Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. Video stream up and running on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That way you don't miss any of the shows here on 96.5 The Fan. As I said, Bink is filling in for Cody. I'm curious if you guys know what Cody meant by this. So he was gone yesterday. He's gone today. Rob Britton came in our studio on Wednesday afternoon, and during one of our breaks said to Cody, "Oh, I see you're gone Thursday and Friday. well, where are you going? What's up? And I think Cody said something like, oh, Friday, my daughter's got something or whatever. Okay, whatever. And then Rob was like, what about Thursday? And Cody paused, and Cody said, oh, I got some professional thing. And that was it. Professional thing. What do you guys think that means? So you're interviewing for another job? You think some professional thing? Is he a professor deal? What? I have some professional thing. What the hell does that mean?
My first thought was vasectomy.
You heard professional thing and you...
Vasectomy.
Why?
It's just another word to say professional thing.
I don't think so.
You're not going to tell people you're getting a vasectomy. It's a professional thing. Usually people wait for the NCAA.
He would have joked about that on the show, though. See, that's the thing.
I don't know if he joked about that.
Well, yeah, he did. He would have joked about on the show. When he's missed for other stuff, he's said on the show his daughter's got a dance recital or whatever it may be. But his exact response, and I didn't ask a follow-up, right? He doesn't have to explain to me exactly why he's gone. But I thought it was interesting that he said to Rob, oh, I got some professional thing.
Vasectomy.
When someone says a professional thing, what does that mean? What does that even mean?
Vasectomy.
No, Bink, that's not what it is.
My guess.
Drew, any ideas? Text line? Is he interviewing for another gig? Bink, you might be in here on Monday. You might be the new co-host. I don't know. Someone says maybe it's a financial advisor meeting. He wouldn't have taken off a whole Thursday for a future financial.
He's going to work for a fiduciary.
Yeah. Someone says Cody's getting singing lessons after he heard the Peter Woods clip and he wants to learn how to sing properly. Amazing Grace.
Professional help, I guess.
Professional help to sing. Because Peter Woods, Amazing Grace. Once he heard that.
It sounded really good.
Peter Woods was great.
Sounds like Snip.
I don't think so. I'm just trying to figure out what it was. I'm convinced he's interviewing for other jobs.
He got a vasectomy.
I'm convinced that he's interviewing for other jobs at this point in time.
I'll ask him.
He's transitioning to full-time professor. Is that?
Yep. He's gonna be a full-time professor at UMKC. That's the rumor.
They made him an offer. He had to consider.
That's
what
it is.
Name
on
met his
the
class. He's a great teacher, man.
You met the class. And did you give them advice? Oh boy.
Yes, I did. Actually.
Oh boy. What did you?
I met two of his classes.
Hopefully, it wasn't marriage advice.
Let's. No, it wasn't marriage advice.
What did you tell him?
One time I had to stop myself because they said, well, your degree is great and stuff, but it didn't really matter in this field. Something like that. I was like, wait a minute, I'm talking to the college kids here. So I was
just
like,
telling them that they're wasting their money? Yeah? Is that what you told them, Bink?
I was like, just make sure you're doing podcasts. And
So Cody was gone yesterday and today for professional stuff.
Someone said he's going Mother's Day shopping. Fitting because next weekend, next Sunday.
Yeah, he hopefully doesn't forget.
From Sunday.
That is true. Do not forget to get your mom something for Mother's Day or your wife something for Mother's Day, as we learned from Cody forgetting a year or so
or your
ago.
Girlfriend in some coach's case.
Someone said it could be a colonoscopy, too.
Again, he would have joked about that.
Vasectomy, colonoscopy.
He would have joked about, if he was getting a colonoscopy, he would have joked. That would have been an easy conversation.
You don't really joke about colonoscopies.
No, but he would have told, what I'm saying is he would have said, yeah, I'm having a colonoscopy. He would have said that.
You say professional.
I will say for him
professional stuff.
Professional stuff.
You were also in the room.
Colonoscopy, vasectomy, just professional stuff.
You were in the room at the same time.
Yeah, I was right here when he said it.
That would be odd to me.
I legit do not know why he's gone. I honestly don't.
You said he was asked while you were in studio with him, and he said something professional.
He could have just said, I'm having a medical procedure or something.
Yeah.
He said professional thing means that it's something job related to this or in a future job or his professor gig or what. I don't know.
I will say, I don't know. I understand why your ears would perk up a little bit, I guess, at that. Of like, excuse me?
Interesting.
Professionally? Do tell.
Well, we'll ask in the Fan Club Friday, we'll ask our guest today what he thinks. Matt Gapsky from The Wolf will join us in the 1 o'clock hour. We'll ask him the same thing.
Somebody said Mark Turgeon offered him an assistant coach position, but he had to be a full-time professor. If Mark Turgeon offered him an assistant coach job, I will do what Gold said. Regarding Jeremiah, I will buzz my head. I will shave my head.
He's got to do more than that.
If Cody is leaving to be the assistant coach at UMKC.
Nope, he's going to be sitting around with an ice bag.
Yeah,
he would have.
What, he's going to be the manager? Is that what you're saying?
He would have told us.
Bink?
What's that?
Yeah. He said he's going to be the manager?
No, I think he got snipped.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, seriously, you're not going to say that. You say professional.
Anyway, we'll revisit this. I promise. We'll revisit it. Let's get into something that's going to take place tomorrow. I don't have to spend a ton of time talking about the horse race itself, but I think just around it in sports. So the Kentucky Derby, right? The 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby is tomorrow at Churchill Downs in Louisville. And there's a couple interesting tie-ins to this. Number one, the favorite is Renegade at 5-1, but there's a lot of rumors, Bink, that the horse with the third or fourth best odds to win, the Puma, which is the number 9 horse, reportedly, maybe, just maybe, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce own 10% of the horse. That's not confirmed, but there's a lot of rumblings out there on the internet that one of the owners, the Kelce, knows, and perhaps they own 10%. And the betting market has been shifting dramatically in favor of this horse, which tells you what? Are the Swifties out here betting on the Puma because they think Taylor Swift's involved?
Well, this Fox Sports story has it, and they said the co-owner of the horse, right, got on Instagram, and he said he signed an NDA. So we can't confirm or deny. So you're not going to get the whole truth to it. But
why do you have to sign an NDA to whether or not?
Because you're not supposed to say what's going on with the horse. Ask Cody about
No.
Who
owns the horse? Who partially owns the horse? Are we really doing that?
10% of the horse, Drew. But
I understand, but you have to sign an NDA.
Well, sometimes it sounds like the reason why people think this is the horse that they own a percentage of. There's 3 owners of the horse, but within each owner, that owner can still sell. Drew, they could sell you 5% or whatever off of that. So again, it's not confirmed. It makes a lot of sense, maybe based off of the story that we were reading.
All those Swifties, we put so much money on that.
And the odds have dropped. The Puma's now 8-1. So Renegade's the favorite at 5-1. A couple other names.
Away from it.
Commandment is 7-1. So Happy is a horse name, 6-1. Dan and Bourbon is also a horse. Wonder Dean, Incredibolt, Chief Wallaby.
Chief Wallaby's a good name.
Emerging Market, 6-Speed, Further Ado, Golden Tempo, Great White, Robusta. The long shot of the race is Pavlovian, I think is how you pronounce it. Intrepido.
And Great White.
At 55-1. Well, number one, are you watching this tomorrow?
Always do. Always, because you get in with friends and put things in and, have fun.
I don't watch the pre-horse stuff, but it's not going to be till after 5 o'clock, and it's 2 minutes. I'll make sure I'm around. Was it on NBC, I think? I'll make sure I have NBC on, watch the 2 minutes. I don't need to do all the pre-race coverage stuff or anything like that, but I'll throw a few bucks on one of the horses because it gives me something to be excited about during the race.
What's the leading site for that, for the Parimutuel? Is there any of them that really...
If you're in Missouri, you can do FanDuel Racing.
On FanDuel,
yeah, if you're in Missouri, each state's going to be different on that. But yeah, you can bet on it. Yes, you can.
Post time tomorrow is 5:57.
Yeah, it's
5:57. Oh, so 6 o'clock.
I'll always lock in like 10 to 15 before. I'll lock in at like.
But don't miss it because it's like what. 2 minutes.
It is the fastest 2 minutes in sports.
I will turn it on at 5:30.
Do you consider this a bucket list event? I only asked. So Carrington went last year, and he raved about it. He said it was awesome. I've been to Churchill Downs, but not on a Derby day, so it doesn't count. I happen to be in Louisville for the NCAA tournament, so I've been on the grounds there, but I've always wanted to go back to be there for Derby day. Carrington went last year. He said it was awesome, and I believe he's driving there right now. I think he's on his way to Louisville to go again. And so I was like, wow, he's going for a second year. He must have absolutely loved it. Is the Derby a bucket list for you? And do you put it in that same category? Like for me, we've been very fortunate with what we do for a living. I've got to go to some pretty damn cool stuff. The Super Bowl is a bucket list for a lot of people. I've been fortunate to go. I've gone to a Final Four, et cetera.
And the draft you were just at.
And the draft. There's 2 or 3 things left for me sports-wise on the bucket list. The Masters is definitely maybe the top of the list, honestly. I want to go to a college football national title game. I have not been to that. I think Churchill Downs is on the list, but it's further down the list.
Just say you win. It's one of those things, maybe at the top of the list because not a huge horse racing guy. It just looks fun. I mean, it's just like one of those events in sports you'd like to go to.
What's number one for you?
I think the Masters for sure, or college football national
Super Bowl?
title game.
You haven't been to Super Bowl, right?
No.
That's not higher?
It'd be in the top 3. College football national title, Super Bowl, and then
heck, even a college football national like semifinal.
I think
I'd
the
put
US
higher
Open
than I would put like
fun.
A national semifinal or a college football playoff quarterfinal ahead of the Derby.
They might have some here in Kansas City eventually.
There's a real chance.
US Open would be fun too. In the golf.
Yeah, I've been PGA Championship. I don't think there's any other major for golf I want to go to other than the Masters. Like I don't have any interest in going to another PGA Championship. I don't think, unless somehow it was local, which we don't have the course for it here.
The Senior Bowl. Just kidding.
You would say that going down to Mobile, Alabama. Drew, what about you?
Shrine Bowl.
I would say the Derby is definitely on the bucket list. I've been on the grounds too. It just feels like a really, if I remember, it just feels like a special place. Like it feels like there's something like historic, like a hallowed ground sort of feel to it.
Would you drink a mint julep?
I'd try it while I'm there.
Yeah, I think you have to indulge yourself in some drink of some kind while you're there. Plus the whole like you're wearing the suit, you
dress up
nice and all of that stuff. I feel like that's
seersucker suit, Bink. I'd love to see you at the Derby, Bink.
I wouldn't
in a
do that.
Seersucker suit.
I wouldn't dress up.
Why?
You probably wouldn't be allowed.
You can't just walk in with a shirt and
I wouldn't
shorts.
be wearing that, but I'm not going to dress up. It'd be some
I want to see you in a light powder blue blazer with a cowboy hat on and brown boots.
And my mint julep would be a Coors Light.
Well, that's fun. Someone said Wimbledon. I forget about Wimbledon. That's again for me. I'm not a huge tennis fan. It's on the list. Like if I were to lay out a 10 or 15 event bucket list, Wimbledon would be on there. But for me, it's probably like 12 or 15.
What about F1 like in Vegas or something?
That's going to be in that same range for me. It's probably a little higher than Wimbledon, but it's F1 in Miami is what I would prefer, not the one in Vegas. Okay. F1 Miami is probably like
F1's
11.
interesting because you don't see the entire race in F1.
What about Indy 500? Drew, have you been to? It's in your hometown.
Yeah, I've never been to an Indy 500, which is one of the crazy things. I've been to practice. I've been to media day. I've been to quali. I haven't been to the race though. But yeah, I mean, Indy 500 is on the top of my list.
The Derby's just it's there. I think it's probably a little lower on the list.
How about the combine right in your backyard?
No, it's not even. That's not even a bucket list event at all for me.
That's a huge bucket
list.
That's
not a bucket list at all for me.
Didn't your parents go to the combine?
My mom went to the combine a couple years ago.
What a great mother.
I will say this: the text line's correct. A lot of people in Kansas City have a chance. I will say World Cup is on there, and I'm hoping to check that off here in about a month and a half, 2 months.
Which game?
That's a great question. I don't know which one I'm going to yet. Well, no, I'm not paying money for the quarterfinals.
I'm going to Tunisia and
Drew's got tickets.
Oh, you get tickets already?
He's got tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I've got tickets to.
I think Carrington and Rob might have too.
Yeah, Drew's got tickets. I've got tickets to. We want the lottery thing for 3 matches. I'm not going to 3 matches though. I think we're going to sell two of them at least. So
it's weird. Like my bucket list, like because I've never been to a Super Bowl, obviously. I Super Bowl would be cool, but I wouldn't want to go unless it was my team playing in it, I guess. But even if it wasn't my team playing, or if it was my team playing, obviously coming up with something to being able to go would be great. Would be
Super Bowl.
Tough,
I mean,
I suppose
Well, yeah. Look, if I didn't do what I do for a living, I would never have gone to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because of the cost. But when your team's in it, and certainly when your team wins, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to go to. It's everything you could possibly imagine. It's also not as corporate-y as you think. Everybody made me think for years that everybody's wearing suits and the atmosphere sucks at the Super Bowl. No, it doesn't. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's loud, especially the year they were in Miami. It was almost a 50-50 crowd, Chiefs, 49ers. It was awesome. It's loud the entire game because of that. It was phenomenal.
Rose Bowl is always one back on, obviously now it has part of the playoffs and stuff. That's just different. Back in the day,
that's where they should put the national title.
I know, but the old days when it was just the Rose Bowl, in January 1st you woke up, those days you think of it. Now it's part of the college football playoffs and stuff. It's just a little bit different than when it was just a standalone bowl game.
So the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, again, the favorite is Renegade, and a lot of rumblings about
favorite.
The Puma, who might be partially owned by one Travis Kelce.
The NDA, so we don't know.
And Taylor Swift. That's tomorrow afternoon.
Just say who
or evening, as Drew said, post time, 5:57. We'll get to the trash of the day in about 5 minutes or so. But have you guys seen the freak out on social media around Bo Nix? So he, as we know, unfortunately fractured his ankle in the playoffs. That shocked everybody in postgame when Sean Payton was like, "Yeah, he's done. It's over for him this season." He had a ankle surgery like that week or the next week. The latest report is that he had a second procedure on the surgically repaired right ankle during a follow-up visit down in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, he's expected to be ready for training camp, but off-season participation could be limited, and that is also going to begin this coming Monday, according to ESPN. And there was a photo circulating, I think Bo Nix was his like fiance or wife. I don't know. There was like a photo of him and people were like zooming in on his ankle and knee and people were making a big deal about how it doesn't look right and all that. Should Broncos fans be worried about this? I mean, here, Patrick Mahomes is coming off an ACL and an LCL and he's on track in his recovery. In this case, Bo Nix, it's a fractured ankle. and it happened later in the season, happened in the postseason, 2 different injuries altogether. Do you think this is just more social media freaking out about it, or should people in Denver be concerned that there's a second procedure needed for this particular injury?
Well, I always think there should be concern with it when it's your quarterback, and the fact that your defense is kind of what led the way, not the offense, because you're waiting to take those steps. Now, keep in mind, he's played 3 years. So you're going to be creeping up on that extension. He's a first-round pick, so they will have the fifth-year option on him as well. But is this a guy you're going to sink all your money into? Or do you look at the Broncos winning despite him? Is Sean Payton 100% on board with him?
I thought he was better last year than I thought he was going to be.
He was. And they were fortunate because the ball bounced their direction. They had a lot of the Chiefs 2024 luck. Winning games at the end, games they should have lost. They ended up winning them. That was the Broncos last year. The ball just went their direction, went their way. They got the calls. They made the plays. Do you expect that each and every year? No. That defense eventually is going to be blown up, and players are going to end up all over the place, and we know that's going to happen in Denver. But is Bo Nix the guy? When all the dust settles, you say, this is our guy? Like the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, remember, everybody else left.
Right.
Except for what? Winchester's here, Kelsey and Jones. That's it. For the guys that were in. Well, Butker came the same year Mahomes did, 17, but he played, obviously, before Mahomes did.
Yeah.
But just a small percentage of players, they flipped that roster around Patrick. Can they flip that roster in Denver and win because of Bo Nix? I mean, that's the question they're going to ask before they give him the mega contracts that all quarterbacks get, especially starting quarterbacks. The quarterbacks have gone to the postseason like Bo has. Is that really what they're thinking? Really their guy? I think they're kind of stuck because they got a guy that
they're going to have to pay him.
It's serviceable, that wins games because that defense is elite, but are they winning because of Bo Nix? And I don't think they are.
Yeah, they're probably going to have to pay him. I think it's concerning a little bit that he's having this follow-up procedure. It's hard for me to say it's devastating until we get to training camp.
He's a tough kid, so I'm sure you'll find.
I'm sure Bo Nix will bounce back, but his ceiling was also already lower than a lot of guys. I mean, when he got drafted, I thought his floor was very high, ceiling pretty low, which puts you in the category of just being a guy in the league that starts for a while. It's kind of honestly the Mendoza conversation. Like I actually think if we were to say, does Mendoza have a chance to be better than Bo Nix? Yes, but when we're talking about the AFC West pecking order, really it's Bo Nix and Mendoza are going to be battling for the worst quarterback in the division for the next couple of years.
Would there be a huge difference if Kirk Cousins wasn't with the Raiders, was with the Broncos?
Yeah.
Is there that much difference between him and Bo Nix?
I will give Bo Nix credit. I thought last year he was better than people give him credit for.
Right now, that team is sitting there. They're division champs, and that quarterback's not as good as Mahomes, not as good as Justin Herbert, and we don't know about Mendoza yet. So I'm just saying
they're going to regress this year.
Where they have the third or fourth best quarterback in this division and going forward. Is that really a guy you're going to spend all the big-time cash on? That's a big question for him.
I mean, if they win if they win the division again this year and they go back-to-back and they win 11, 12 games and he's a starting quarterback all year and healthy, then he's going to get
Unless
paid.
they're winning.
They're not going – if they win the division again and he's healthy and it's time to give a contract out, they're not just going to cut Bo Nix.
Oh, no, it's the NFL. They're starved for quarterbacks.
But I agree with you
he'll
that
have his job and he'll have his money.
To me, there's a
Daniel
chance –
Jones, same thing. Get that money.
I agree with you that I don't think Bo Nix is one of the top 10 quarterbacks or anything in the league. But we see quarterbacks that are the 15th best get paid all the time, and as long as the injury is not concerning. I mean, Miami paid Tua. That was obviously a mistake, but I get why they paid him at the time.
People are starved for quarterbacks so much. Yeah. The Sam Darnold thing worked out because Sam Darnold was out there, had a rough playoffs with the Vikings. He gets the big cash to play in Seattle, but Malik Willis and some of the other free agents people are spending. They're overspending for quarterbacks. The quarterback market, you know that it's overspending for quarterbacks. What Minshew get, like $9 million or something to go be a backup?
Yeah.
In Arizona?
Yep.
I mean,
him and Brissett.
You see what's going on with Jacoby Brissett.
And I guess Carson Beck, right?
We see what's going on with the quarterback market. Teams are so starved for quarterbacks. So will he get paid? He will, but is it the right answer?
Yeah. All right, let's get to it.
Trash of the day.
All right, 2 quick ones. We just talked about the Denver Broncos. Let's stay in Colorado, actually. We go to Boulder, Colorado, where a man was released, and arrested again on a much more serious charge. We've had a lot of these recently where someone gets released from prison and then within hours they get in trouble again. This is a guy named Richmond Takashi Johnson. All right, around midnight he was arrested for trespassing, released at 3:30 in the morning. So just a couple hours later he got released. 8 minutes after being released. Not even 10 minutes, 8 minutes.
At 3:30.
Boulder Fire Rescue arrived at the same jail for an unrelated medical call. While crews were inside, This guy got into one of the electric fire engines and drove off. Deputies chased him around across two cities before stop sticks deflated the tires. He jumped out, was caught on foot, now facing multiple felony charges, including vehicle theft and vehicular eluding. The fire engine sustained significant damage. So this dude, you got arrested. I don't know if you were drunk or whatever for trespassing. All right, they let you out a couple hours later. Your life's not ruined. All
Take
good.
an Uber, man.
But then you decided for some reason to go steal a fire engine, and now you're going to be charged with multiple felonies and go to prison for multiple years.
I think you'd be so excited to get out, man. Which friend's going to come pick you up? Which Uber are you going to take on the way out?
Yeah.
Let's just go steal a fire truck.
8 minutes. Man. 8 minutes later.
8 minutes.
That was in Colorado. Then we go to Washington. A shoplifter there was arrested, released, and you guessed it, caught shoplifting 20 minutes later. So this is happening all across the country. People are committing crimes, and 20 minutes, 8 minutes later, they're right back in prison. This is a shoplifter who couldn't take even a few minutes off after being released. They arrested a man at a department store, but because of a serious medical issue, could not book him into the jail. Instead, they just issued him a citation. They let him go. Less than 20 minutes later, at a store across the street, that store called 911, reporting a shoplifter matching the man's exact same description. They returned to find the same man. Video evidence also linked him to 3 prior thefts at the same location. He was booked on 4 counts of shoplifting.
There's some things that you take as a grace. Oh, I got a break there. I get the citation. Yeah. And you take it as a break. But some people never learn. 20 minutes. Just take it as a break, man. Take it as a message. I'm
convinced some of these people want to some people just
fine with it.
Some people just can, will always be behind bars.
It's like Otis in the old days of Andy Griffith. Did you ever watch that show?
Otis?
Otis.
Oh, the Andy Griffith show?
The town drunk. He would go check himself into jail. Like he personally would go put himself behind bars.
I don't know if I've seen more than a couple clips from that show.
But Otis was the town drunk, so he'd just go in, take the keys, put himself in jail. He liked it.
Did you like Otis?
Sure. I like Otis.
Did you like Otis? Yeah.
What? Well, no, I've never acted like Otis, but I was fine with Otis. You know what I'm talking about, Drew?
No, I actually don't.
Andy Griffith used to be a show.
I mean, I've heard of the Andy Griffith show. I don't watch the Andy Griffith show. I know it was very popular.
It was a popular show. It's reruns. I didn't watch it live.
Do you go back and watch reruns of the Andy Griffith show just to?
I have.
To rewatch them, I guess.
I have.
Reminisce.
I don't sit there and make it a habit. If it's on, I may watch it. See Otis go in there and put himself in jail.
That is the trash of the day. All right, coming up next, guys, let's get to the Chiefs Red half hour. Something Nate Taylor had to say with the guys in the morning show about Andy Reid, and I think it is one of the big questions for the season. Plus, Bink gives us his very, very early 2027 names to watch for next April.
You're listening to Cody and Gold.
We're going to try to tickle your tonsils.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Carter. And I'm Charlie. We'd like to share a quick story about a homeowner named Jack.
Jack had a home he needed to sell fast.
And Jack thought he had it all figured out.
So Jack talked to multiple cash buyers.
Jack chose the highest offer.
But the day before closing, guess what? The buyer backed out.
Leaving Jack with the moving truck all packed in the driveway and not sure what to do.
Jack learned the hard way that the highest offer isn't always the right offer.
Jack got suckered.
Make sure you aren't hung out to dry.
Call our dad at Rex Buys KC.
Our dad is local, he knows Kansas City, and he actually closes deals.
No repairs, no fees, no showings, no surprises.
Just a fair cash offer and a smooth process.
Now, don't be like Jack.
Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com.
Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time.
Whether you're looking for a Bronco, an Explorer, an F-150, or even a commercial vehicle, Robside Ford has the selection.
That's right, Kevin. We've got it all. And we've got the lowest prices in Kansas City. No gimmicks, just great deals on every new Ford.
And it's not just inventory, it's how you do business. Robside Ford makes it very simple.
We do it different on purpose. Non-commissioned sales team, upfront transparent pricing, top dollar trade-in values, and a process that's actually easy.
You've even got the reputation to back it up, Bobby. Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, 3,000 reviews. Wow.
And this year, we're proud to be voted Best Car Dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
So if you're ready for a better car buying experience,
come see us at 135th and State Line or check us out at robsight.com.
From Broncos to F-150s to work trucks, Rob Side Ford has what you need.
If you want simple and easy, you're not going to find a better spot.
Rob Side Ford. Buy right. Drive happy.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana & Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch, KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City, telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brennan and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Rob Brennan. We hope you're enjoying Beyond the Pitch KC, a podcast on how Kansas City landed the world's biggest sporting event. It's presented by Commerce Bank. Visit commercebank.com/soccer26. New episodes released every Wednesday on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome in to the Chiefs Red Half Hour. Every day at 11:30 with Cody and Gold on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Chiefs Red Half Hour brought to you by Leavenworth PD. Be a cop, be yourself. Build your career at Leavenworth PD. Apply today at leavenworthks.gov/ Police, coming up in about 7-8 minutes or so, Bink will give us a very early 2027 list of guys to keep an eye on. I walked in the studio yesterday, and within 10 minutes, Bink was already watching LSU football highlights. I was very confused, and he said, there's this tight end. You got to watch this tight end at LSU. He's going to be linked to Kansas City. So I said, okay, give me a list of guys that people should be watching this college football season.
That's actually a true story.
So, So Bink, of course it's true.
Well, a lot of stuff
we never make anything up.
The Deshaun Watson thing.
I don't make anything up. When it comes to you, Bink,
Starbucks.
things I observe you doing, I don't make anything up. So that absolutely happened. And so you'll give us a list of people that Chiefs fans should watch this college football season as well.
I'm excited about it.
Before we get to Nate Taylor's thoughts on the morning show yesterday around Andy Reid, Bink was freaking out during the break. Also, I'm not lying about this. You were freaking out. You were trying to get a hold of Drew. You were trying to get a hold of Drew during the break.
Oh, this past break?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get a hold of Drew, and Drew's on the phone. And you never think Drew's on the phone. Well, you calling it customer service?
You both are doing customer service calls today?
Who are you talking to, Drew?
You gave Bink a hard time earlier for being on the phone during our meeting twice. During the break, Bink was trying to talk to you, and he said he's on the phone,
He's on the phone.
Yeah, I was. My rent is due today. I went and submitted. Hang on. I went and I submitted rent. However, the payment didn't go through.
Oh, no.
And at the same time, the website said they're having technical issues. So
it's their fault.
I
All
want
technical issues. You call customer service.
Oh no, I was calling. I didn't call. I called the complex, and they also were having issues getting connected to them. I was like, I just don't want to be
rent's free for the month.
I just told them I don't want to be charged a late fee if the payment didn't actually go through. That was all it was. So they said they'd get back.
But still, it was a business-related call.
Yeah, but it wasn't regarding the TV service here to get a game on. Or
It was a little petty, but today was
I didn't do it during the show. I took the time to wait during the break.
Show
you know?
either,
Yeah.
Did before the show.
That's right.
We just gave you a hard time, mate, because you have a history of this. This is something you clearly enjoy doing. Is calling customer service.
Not during the middle of a show.
We're not in the middle of the show. It was during the break.
Fair point. Bink, he fired right back at you. You better have your head on a swivel the rest of the show. He's not taking your bleep today. He's not. Wait till the snitch line in the 1 o'clock hour during Fan Club Friday. All right, let's talk some Chiefs football. Chiefs Red Half Hour. Nate Taylor was on with us earlier in the week. He was on with the morning show yesterday as well, and he was talking to them about Andy Reid. And we've talked so much about the wide receiver room and other elements, but I still think one of the big questions is whether or not you believe that the offense will adapt. Andy Reid has adapted throughout his entire career. Will he be able to do it again? They asked him about the adjustments. They asked Nate Taylor about Andy Reid and adjustments.
We lost a bunch of one-score games for a variety of reasons. We're going to trust in our Hall of Fame coach. Totally fair. Totally understand it. But I also know, and we've talked about this a little bit too, he's 68. Like, he needs to have better production from his assistant coaches, probably more now than ever before. And so that's why it's important for you to hire Chad O'Shea, for DeMarco Murray, for Eric Bieniemy. Like, the staff around Andy has to be top-notch this year. Same from Tom Melvin, tight end, same from Andy Heck, offensive line. All those things lead you to understand that, like, he has to delegate more, probably. He's getting up there in age. There's been not that many examples of coaches who are 68, 69, 70 who are winning at the highest level in the NFL, and it's a life-consuming, time-consuming, all-encompassing job. So, you want these veteran players to understand what's ahead of them, but at the same time, too, this is going to be really, I cannot stress this enough. This is going to be fascinating because, yes, you put most of your resources from a draft standpoint on defense, and you're basically betting that your Hall of Fame coach, who is a genius in a lot of ways, is going to learn from his own mistakes last year, and he's going to have a better support system around him from a coaching staff standpoint, and you're hoping that injuries don't become so catastrophic that, again, he doesn't have the ability to adjust his offense or to change the scheme.
That is reality for the season, right? I mean, when the season ended, there was a lot of conversation, right? Has to be willing to adapt. Do you believe he's willing to adapt? Can he continue to change the way he has throughout his career? He would not have got to the level that he has in Kansas City without adapting from what he learned for Philly. He has shown he will adapt. The question is, at this point in time, with what is required to be an NFL head coach, is he able to do it yet again? And for them to bounce back offensively, he will need to do that again. And if we're sitting here in January and this team misses the postseason, if that happens, and the offense doesn't turn the page into being a top-tier offense again, I think we're going to have some really, really strong conversations and hard conversations, I should say, about what that says and what that means.
I will say this. He does trust in his staff, and he did make a little bit of changes this year. Again, going outside the box with DeMarco Murray and O'Shea.
Absolutely.
It really not, from his tree and players that used to play for him and, where he still controls everything. And
the one thing they didn't change.
You owe me something, so you can do your job, but you still have to listen to me when I say.
The one thing they didn't change, and he never will as long as he's a head coach, and that is he's still calling the plays.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that didn't change. I didn't expect it to change.
But he does things to take off his plate. Bieniemy coming back takes a lot off Andy's plate. No, Eric's not going to call the plays, but Eric knows the system. He knows what to do. There's no training with Eric Bieniemy.
Right.
It's not like you're bringing an offensive coordinator, then you're training him. That's off his plate because Eric Bieniemy already knows what he's doing. I do think that the bringing O'Shea and just different voices to work with the different positions, and we've seen this gradual thing with him. We saw him kind of relinquish the personnel, quote, personnel that he did in Philadelphia. You saw him that relinquish that in Kansas City. Like, GMs, you do your job, I'll do my job. We know he's still involved, with the players, but it's different. Veach may give him a handful of players and say which one he like best. He's not going out there and searching for them and doing the work. It's coming to him, and he's able to change it. So we've seen that. The Chris Ault hiring, that he did around 14 and 15 with Alex Smith. That was going outside the box. That was somebody doing something in college football that he liked, and he thought it would be good for Alex Smith. So he brings in the guy that is credited for, orchestrating and originating the pistol offense of Chris Ault. He brings him in as a consultant. He could still consult with other teams. The next year, she said, no, we want exclusivity with you in what you're doing with Alex Smith. And the rest is history with that offense. So he has shown the ability to make changes, and I think he will. But I do think Bieniemy coming back, because there's that trust level he has in with them. That takes a lot off his plate right there. And Spags in that defense. So he does have coaches he relegates to. Really, man, Spags does that defense. Yeah, if someone's not performing and he may get involved and stuff. Clearly, if you're watching Andy before the game, he goes and talks to a lot of the defensive players going around, because obviously if you're a mastered offense, you know defense because you know what their weakness is because you expose that in other teams each and every week. But you've seen gradually him giving more and more authority to more people. It's not drastic changes, not like the old dog, new tricks type of situation. We're going to do everything under center now. It's going to be a gradual thing, but I think EB in the familiarity is important to Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I will say for not having a team with a brand new head coach, they did make as many staff changes on the offense side of the ball as you'll ever see without having a brand new head coach, right? I mean, they needed to, by the way, and I'm not suggesting they were never going to change the play caller. Andy Reid would rather retire than give up play calling, I think, right? Sure. I think it's pretty fair to say. But I just believe the conversation, if this team doesn't get back to the postseason, and as I told you, I think, even if we're talking about a wild card team, it's not necessarily, they don't have to get back to an AFC title game or a Super Bowl. I would love that, but that's not what I'm saying. They have to get back to the postseason and feel like the offense is trending in the right direction again. If they're not, I think people aren't going to like the conversations that are going to have to happen in January and in February about this football team. But we're not going to have the answer to all that until the end of the year. And I tend to think that this offense will be better. I think the roster still has some problems to where they're not going to be, as I've said over and over, in my opinion, one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the AFC. I think they're more likely to be the 5th, 6th, 7th team, a wild card team in the AFC this year. But the Andy Reid stuff, yeah, I mean, look, we all know, like, we are, despite even Mike Florio trying to say he was going to retire 5 years ago or whatever, the reality is we know we are at the final couple years here. I mean, that is true. Like, no matter, they could go win Super Bowl after Super Bowl. We know we're on the latter half of the career here for Andy Reid.
In his place in the NFL history, he's second all time in postseason wins. I'm just saying,
absolutely.
There's some marks that he probably wants to hit, and then everything kind of changes once you hit. And they're very close. He's very close to it. 3 wins away from being all-time postseason leader. Gradually, things do change, but there is this reluctance sometimes that you just think you're smarter than everybody else, and you can get away with subpar talent because you're smarter. But the thing is, we've seen NFL teams make those adjustments. And with the roster, do you put too much pressure on Mahomes? Like, okay, we got you as quarterback, so it doesn't really matter who's playing wide receiver because you're such a good quarterback, you're going to elevate everybody else's talent. Sometimes teams see that with quarterbacks and say, well, we still need to draft wide receivers, still need to bring him. Even though we have an elite quarterback, we still need to give him something and not the whole outside of the backs. Well, I'm just smarter than everybody else. I can be better than everybody else. So there's always that. And the thing with Andy is he's always been smarter than everybody else. That's what's gotten him by.
And he's always adapted, and so that's why I'm confident he can do it again. But
I've seen him make the adjustments, and he's done it.
I'm confident he'll do it again because that's what he has done. But it is still a question, though, heading into the season. I think that part is reality. He has said all the right things I think you want to hear for the most part. I think people got a little nervous when he made the comment at the Combine when he was asked about Kenneth Walker, and he said, he was really good under center and when we were under center and when we did RPOs, and we think he knew both. And people are like, are they not going to go under center more? That we're going to have to wait till we get to week 1 of the season, week 2 of the season.
But he loves college football. This offense was tailor-made for what Patrick
did. But if they missed the playoffs 2 years in a row,
well, that's the one thing about it.
That is a real conversation at that
I don't care how good you are in the NFL. People are gunning for you.
Sure.
You may be great, but there's some smart people in this league coming right after you.
Yeah.
You can sit at the top for so long, but they're going to be shooting you. They're going to be coming at you, and that's what he's seeing right now.
All right, let's look ahead to the future a little bit as well. As I was saying yesterday when I walked in, you were already looking at 2027 highlights.
Well, there's work
highlights
to be done,
for potential
Gold.
prospects in 2027. Yes. So I said, all right, give me your list. Give me your list here during the Chiefs Red Half Hour of a couple names really that Chiefs fans should be watching in college football that you are predicting already that fans and people will be linking the Chiefs to. We're having fun with it. We do the mock draft sounders. I don't want your mock draft.
Oh, you don't?
I do not want a mock draft here like Todd McShay or whoever. I want just your early list of like 5 players that we should be keeping an eye on already.
All right. So let me at least preface this and kind of narrow it down. On the clock right now, next year, position number 1 and 2 are. Like this year, I think
wide
wide
receiver for sure has got to be one of the top 2 no matter what happens.
Sure.
Like even if Worthy takes off and turns into an unbelievable player, I still think wide receiver is going to be at the top of the list. The tricky one for me, offensive tackle, is Jalen Moore look good? If he does, they can extend him. If he's not, if he's just average, then tackle. I would go offensive tackle and wide receiver right now.
So is that more important than tight end? Because you are going to be replacing Travis Kelce.
Maybe you could do that in free agency.
You think free agency would be the route, veteran guy, instead of just drafting him like they had in the past with Gonzalez and Kelce, guys that were drafted by the organization.
Yep.
I would make the exception for Trey Green, though, at LSU. This guy, showed you him before, he's 6'7". He makes these freaky catches. I was like, Alex, look at this. Watch this Trey Green make this catch. I think the blocking's got to get better. It did improve last year. He's listed at 6'7". Listen, by the time this guy goes to combine, you know how it's going to work out. He's going to be 6'5" or 6'6". Rarely you're going to see a guy listed as 6'7" is going to be 6'7" at the combine. What about you, Drew? Are you on team wide receiver, tight end, or no, Rob's back there. Never mind. But are you in wide receiver? Because I'm firmly on. I could see him going both ways. I can see like a Trey Green. I mean,
when's that guy getting drafted though? If the Chiefs are picking,
maybe early, maybe where the Chiefs are. He's been mocked.
Okay.
Mocked to the
People
Chiefs.
doing mocks already. It's crazy. Okay.
No, Marion Miller's the name to watch. He's a transfer from Colorado at wide receiver. He's been mocked at Chiefs. He's going to Arizona State. So Marion Miller, Jeremiah Smith, obviously the best one, but there's no chance. You hope the Chiefs are in position to draft Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State. But Cam Coleman at Texas was at Auburn, transfers to Texas. Watch Cam Coleman. He's 6'3", extremely fast. Ryan Williams, I don't know what happened to him last year. He kind of dissipated. I'd be a little bit concerned with him as far as on the Chiefs. Ryan Wingo at Texas, really like him. Nick Marsh, who went from Michigan State to Indiana, because Indiana's receivers, they've got 2 of them that I think are going to be first-round picks next year. Charlie Becker, and I know this year is about Elijah Surratt and Omar Cooper Jr. Those were the wide receivers out of Indiana. But Charlie Becker, towards the end of the year, really emerged, kind of like Kalen Black, who was drafted as the 3rd running back this year. Didn't even go to the combine. Was drafted. You never see that. Guy not invited to the combine, drafted as a 3rd running back in the NFL. But Kimby was the guy for them. But Marsh and then Charlie Becker is crazy. He's the one been linked to the Chiefs a lot at wide receiver. But Ryan Wingo's another guy that I've really liked seeing the development at Texas. He's been fun to watch. But Amarian Miller, someone definitely to watch. It was Arizona State, Nick Marsh and Charlie Becker, the 2 at Indiana. So if Indiana's on, watch them.
Feels like people on the text line are saying they don't think the tight end will be there for you, Bink. Anyway.
And at this point, no.
You mean a year out? You can't lock in that pick a year out.
Keep
You
in
can't
mind,
predict that.
Kenyon Sadiq. A lot of people thought he was going higher. Well, he
still fell though.
But yeah, people thought top 5 pick. But again, keep an eye on what happened. Nick Harbor is a guy I love at South Carolina, but they have to go against the grain. He's 6'5", 240 pounds, but Gold. He's got like Olympic track speed. I mean, he's different for someone 6'5". That
who has
he's got that U.S. Olympic. But I've always liked Nick Harbor. He'll be coming out in this draft as well.
Who has the shortest arms in 2027 already? I need Binks already. Who are you going to be complaining about with short arms?
A lot of guys haven't measured
in 2027. I need arm length now, Bink. Who's got 2 short arms for 2027? I'll let you compile that for me.
Okay,
compile that list for me, please.
I'll put that list. But I definitely like Cam Coleman, Nick Harbor, Nick Marsh, Charlie Becker. Definitely wide receiver. And tight ends, obviously. A couple tight ends on the list. I think Tradez will go high, like people are saying. We'll see if he's still sitting there. But the guy, Terrence Carter is probably the best tight end at Texas Tech. I mean, there's other tight ends there. It's interesting to see where Tradez goes. I do think he will really flourish with Lane Kiffin.
Chiefs Red Half Hour brought to you by Leavenworth PD. Be a cop, be yourself, build your career at Leavenworth PD. Apply today at leavenworthks.gov/police. So, of course, every Wednesday or so, New Heights has a new episode of their podcast. Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce. Travis was talking about the Chiefs' second-round draft pick, R. Mason Thomas. Listen to this.
We got R. Mason Thomas, edge from Oklahoma. The guy's a freak in nature in terms of athleticism and explosiveness. I can't wait to see how this guy gets after the quarterback, man. It's been kind of something that the Chiefs have been looking at to get better at, and that's getting after the QB and really putting quarterbacks under duress, man. Obviously, we've always had Chris Jones there, and George is a workhorse. Got Gillette last year, but I think this is going to be a game changer at the edge position. I know he had a hamstring last year on an unbelievable fumble recovery. So we'll see him when he gets in the building. I'm sure Spags will have a fun time putting him to work as well.
Called R. Mason Thomas a effing freak of nature. Also, Gillette. I knew what he meant. I knew who he meant. He meant Gelati.
Likes Cyrus, too, out of Cincinnati, the wide receiver.
Well, I'm sure as a Cincinnati guy.
Yeah.
Cincinnati guy as well. What do you think R. Mason Thomas is going to be the player of the fans at training camp, though? I know we were joking about the Camp Darling stuff, but I think he's going to look good in camp.
The preseason, he's going to make some sacks, and you go, oh, man, this guy needs to be starting every game. It'll be a rotation piece. Like we said, it'll be a rotation piece with Gelati. He'll be going in and out. But R. Mason Thomas, and there's a lot of talk, can he be a 3-down guy? Can you keep him in all 4 downs? The team goes 4 downs. He's probably not going to play all those downs. He's going to be rotating in and out. Because Gelati, they still see a lot of promise in him. Again, his pressure rate in college and what he got, he was a rookie of the year last year, so still expect to see him. And that's fine, because rotation's what they do. But R. Mason, you hope these guys make the corners better. They're there to supplement the corners, not having to cover their man so long, because they're, at least if they're not getting to the quarterback and sacking him, at least diverting the pass. I know we've had a problem with Karlaftis in the past because he'll get back there. His problem has been bringing the quarterback down.
Right. Yeah, the pressure rate's been good. Pressure rate's been good, but actually getting the sack has been a little bit of a problem. That's where I think you get him some help, though, on the other side, and that's where rotating in R. Mason Thomas, Gelati, we're going to find out a lot about both of those guys.
Elite quarterbacks can evade pressure and make you pay. How many times have you seen Mahomes under pressure sidestep it and deliver football down the field? Sam Darnold did it a lot this year with Seattle. You get under pressure, but you're able to sidestep the pressure and deliver down. Bringing the guy down, so important.
Someone says, according to the number they gave Mason Thomas, he's going to be a linebacker. Yeah, that doesn't matter anymore. Remember, the guys, you can be a defensive lineman and wear virtually any number you want now. That used to be a bigger deal. You're right. Normally, you would know the certain numbers would be. That doesn't matter.
That's the problem. A lot of the quarterbacks like Tom Brady and stuff.
Yeah, he talked
we
about
can't
openly.
Tell who's playing where.
Yeah, he talked about that openly. Yeah, that changed 5 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago, where you can be number one and be a defensive end if you wanted to theoretically. There's still some of the classic guys.
I always like 300-pounders in single digits.
Yeah, the jersey just doesn't look right. At least with an athlete, it looks right. The worst is though, you're in the crowd, Bink. and you're wearing the number 1, and you're your size like a defensive lineman, and you should be wearing it.
Don't get me on that tangent.
Pink likes it when he's at Arrowhead, and you see, you carrying that
all
Bud
the
Light,
people 3 spins they
Coors
used to
Light.
see wearing Tyreek Hill jerseys. Like, man, when that 1 and 0 splits apart like that, don't do it, man.
Yeah,
put it on Chris Jones.
It's not great.
Good.
It's not a great look for a lot of people. But a lineman, if you're a football player, you want to wear the 10 and be a defensive end, go for it.
Put on a Creed Humphrey.
Wait, Bink. So you're saying that fans who are a little larger should not be wearing Tyreek Hill jerseys?
That's what he said.
Yes,
yeah.
fat fans should stay in their zone. We're linemen. We're defensive line.
Okay. Do you think someone skinnier can wear a 99 jersey?
You think a 400-pounder looks good in a 15?
No. Do you?
It doesn't. I've never thought about it that way.
Are you saying though?
You see
should Drew?
You see the numbers split apart, and you're like, oh, dude, just know your role.
So you saying can Drew wear a 99 jersey, or is it the same thing for that?
Am I wearing a Miles Murphy 999
jersey? It would just look
jersey?
a little different. Like Drew would fit in perfectly with like Mahomes jerseys, Emmett Johnson now in the 10.
We are trying to get
your
Drew
role.
in a Mahomes jersey still. Yeah.
You Gold.
That's
you
not
fit in
gonna
a lot
happen.
of wide receiver, tight end. You could probably even pull off some tight ends because your height, and you could pull off that. But offensive line, no.
I'm not going to wear a Creed Humphrey jersey.
The worst, like people wearing Mahomes, you see that 1 and 5 split out, the belly's like.
I know what you're talking about. I mean, it doesn't
all
look
the time,
great.
man.
I'm laughing, but I know what you mean.
You're acting like if the guy wears it or if the man or woman wears it for 10 years, that eventually you're going to see the thread start to rip in the middle because their stomach's pushing the jersey apart.
Do you think it's a little odd when you see somebody 350 pounds wearing a Joe Burrow jersey?
No, because I haven't thought about it this way. Bink,
you see that 9 all split out with the fat and stuff?
Bink, if you were, I don't think about it that way. I've never thought about it that way.
I mean,
you don't think it looks a little silly?
I might now because you mentioned it. I have
No,
never.
they need to be a Dexter Lawrence.
Bink, I have never in my life seen somebody who is a little larger wearing a quarterback jersey and think, man, that person should not be wearing that jersey. That's a little odd.
Go to St. Joe. Go to St. Joe, man. You'll see it.
For the record, this is not the Bengals fan making these comments, by the way. This is the Chiefs supporter, Jay Binkley, making these comments.
Just don't know your size different, man. Just wear lineman or something. Defensive line, just know your role a little bit. Don't be wide receiver. You don't be rocking a worthy 1 jersey being 4 spins. I mean, seriously,
move that
butt all
butt.
over the place. Just like seeing a 400-pounder in a 1 jersey is weird.
Huh.
I think people can wear whatever they want to, Bink.
disagree.
In all honesty, that's if they want to wear the Xavier Worthy jersey, then they can wear the Xavier
You
Worthy
just go up to
jersey.
somebody and say you're too fat to be wearing those numbers.
Yeah. Tell me how that goes.
I'm loving this because in St. Joe, Bink's I'm gonna send you a photo, and Drew, you're gonna say, okay, I know what Bink's talking about.
I mean, according to you, Bink, there's a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people at training camp who are doing what you're talking about.
Seriously though, man, if you saw
Someone says, we don't care, Bink isn't wrong, we're not offended. And someone else says, sounds like Jay's trying to fat shame people.
It's not fat shaming. I'm saying if you see a 300-pounder wearing the number 9 jersey for the Bengals and Joe Burrow, you're like, come on, dude. No,
all right. Now people are asking for if they fit Bink's criteria. Someone says they're 6'3", 250. Can they wear Mahomes?
No. Tight end, man. Just rock some Kelsey or something.
This is like you at the fat arms thing, or the fat arms,
the short arms.
The short arms. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. You have to hit certain measurables in order for you to wear a jersey or not as a fan.
And you were ready to draft somebody in the top 10. The
So hold on.
shortest
So
arm that's
wait.
never been drafted the first round in 27 years.
So 6'3", 250 for you, Bink. They can buy an R. Mason Thomas jersey and it's perfect.
How's the 250? Is it in shape? Is
Okay,
it portly?
all right.
Is there fat
All
rolls?
right, here's what you guys can do.
Is that
You
1
can
and 5
go-
going to split?
Here's what you guys can do, all right? On social media, Jay Binkley.
Send your mirror pics to Bink.
Bink wants your selfies in the mirror,
Yes.
shirtless or not. At 3 Guys in a Garage, Bink wants your selfies so he can tell you if your body type fits certain jerseys. At 3 Guys in a Garage, he will tell you if he thinks you can be in a Chiefs uniform your size.
So
So
fat people wearing Tyreek Hill jerseys was the best. The best.
up next.
The best.
Up next. We'll
Struggling to get out of that Honda, that 1 and 0's all split apart. Dude's got a big back hanging from his mouth. You're like, dude, man, you're wearing Tyreek Hill. What are we doing here?
We'll get to what's trending, then back into the Royals, who have lost a couple in a row, and head into Seattle next.
What's up, KC? It's Carter Jensen. You're listening to Cody and Gold on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. 96.5 The Fan.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
DQ presents the $7 meal deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 meal deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself and Rob Bretton on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I went to Staples for a custom printed graduation banner and invites and saw that Party City is now at Staples.
Wait, what?
Party City is now at Staples.
So now Staples has balloons?
Yep.
Decorations?
Yes.
Streamers, cups, table covers?
Yep, Staples has everything for a party. And now buy two, get one free on select foil balloons.
Holy confetti! So the best parties start at Staples.
That was easy.
In 613 select stores, exclusions apply. In-store or buy online. Pick up in-store only.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. What's trending?
Cheddar, mozzarella, Havarti.
What's trending is brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, trusted in Kansas City since 1994. One contractor, all things parking lot. We start with the Royals. They are in Seattle tonight. 8:45 first pitch. Vern's on deck show at 7:30. Cole Reagan's on the bump. We're going to talk more about the Royals right after what's trending. They have lost 2 in a row. It feels like all the momentum they got from that Angels series came crashing back down. This team is 7 games under 500. They finished April, at 12-19 as the calendar turned to May today.
Playing a team that would have been in first place, but Sacramento happened to win. Yes, I look forward to this. It's going to be tough when they get home. It's going to be challenging. Fun games to watch for the Royals coming up. NBA last night, there was a weird game. The Knicks and Hawks. I don't know if it got up to 54 points at the end of the game. It was 140-89. This resembled like a really good high school team playing a really, really bad one about 4 levels below that. The final score, 140-89. In the playoffs, as the Knicks win the series 4-2. 76ers took care of business. They beat the Celtics going to Game 7 in this one. And Minnesota beat the Nuggets as they win that series 4-2. And we saw a couple of good games in the NHL as well. If you're into the NHL, which I am, I love to see it. The Wild getting a win over the Stars. They won that series 4-2.
First series win since 2015 for Minnesota.
Yeah, a couple of series wins. The Ducks beat the Oilers that have been in the back-to-back Stanley Cups. And tonight you have 3 games, 3 game sixes in the NHL with the Lightning and the Canadiens, the Sabres and the Bruins, the Knights and the Mammoth.
Yeah, on the NBA side tonight, we got 3 games as well. Orlando trying to wrap up their series against the against the Pistons, and the Orlando Magic lead the series 3-2. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. And then you got the Cavs and Raptors. Cleveland could wrap up their series tonight against Toronto. And then the late game that I think a lot of people are looking forward to, Lakers, Rockets. The Rockets with some momentum right now. No Kevin Durant tonight, though. They're playing well. The Lakers are up 3-2. Can LeBron get this team out of the opening round of the postseason without Luka and company? That's what we'll find out later on tonight, 8:30 on Prime. Elsewhere on What's Trending, soccer, Sporting Kansas City tomorrow against the Seattle Sounders. KC Current in action against the North Carolina Courage.
You still get your season tickets?
I don't have them this year. I got rid of them this year. Frankly, the schedule was going to work out. I wasn't going to be able to make it to enough games. And with the World Cup here this year, so yeah, I did.
You're going to that, so that's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the draft, Alex, that we just talked about the draft for next year. So it's in D.C. next year. The year after, Minnesota's considered the favorite for the 2028 NFL draft. Still a very drivable distance for people going to it. Cincinnati, another drivable place. 2029 draft where Drew Nixon will not be in attendance in Cincinnati. Correct. I actually think it's a great place. I love being down there by the river, the bar scene, everything else.
I mean, Cincinnati's cool. I just haven't been there very often, and I'm not from there, so I don't claim.
Nobody wants to go to Cincinnati.
I'll go. The draft.
Yeah, you sound fired up more about Cincinnati than Minnesota or
some Skyline.
Sports Business Journal is who is saying.
I'd rather go to Cincinnati.
Sports Business Journal is who is saying that Cincinnati has the inside track for the 29 NFL draft.
Nothing's been said
Good for them.
Nothing's been said. But I love when cities like that aren't getting the Super Bowl, like Cincinnati, to have the NFL draft. I love that when Green Bay and Detroit, Kansas City, I love when these cities get it. Pittsburgh, where you were this year.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Pittsburgh was a lot of fun. Elsewhere, by the way, in What's Trending, Missouri announced today a 3-year contract extension for their athletic director, Laird Veach. Of course, he has overseen some big-time projects and renovations there at the football stadium. He, of course, has had contract extensions that he has handed out himself. When it comes to Eli Drinkwitz, and of course he was, I believe, the AD. Was he the AD that hired Dennis Gates, or was that right before? I'm trying to remember if he was the one that hired Dennis Gates. I'd have to go backtrack that.
Well, the one thing is you definitely get an extension if you're doing some work on the stadium.
Absolutely.
Because, 2026 Cadillac Championship leaderboard, Cam Young, low man, leads Jordan Spieth after run 1. And Jordan Spieth, this is kind of what he's done. He's always in there day 1 or day 2, and then he kind of dissipates.
He's
day
been
3
playing
and
a
4.
lot better this year.
He has, but you want to see him start winning some tournaments again.
That would be nice.
Yeah, update. Cam Young tied for first. It's because Nick Taylor, who already teed off earlier today through 13,
the Canadian.
is 2 under for the round. So Cam Young was the leader yesterday. He's tied. Jordan Spieth tees off 125 today, it looks like. Cam Young, 105. I believe I got the time zones correct there. So
And we got the horses tomorrow, too. So.
Got the ponies tomorrow, yep. Renegade is the 5-1 favorite over at Churchill Downs. 5:57 post time there in Louisville, Kentucky. That's what's trending. Brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete. Trusted in Kansas City since 1994. One contractor, all things parking lot. Alex Gould, Drew Nixon, Jay Binkley with you today. We are an hour away from a Fan Club Friday, brought to you by Jay Rieger & Co. Going to have Matt Gapsky from 106.5 The Wolf join us. He, of course, the producer of Ginny and Jagger. We've had their full show on the show before. We'll check in with Matt. He's a big Royals fan. We'll talk some Royals baseball with him. We'll have a snitch line. I don't think he's been part of a snitch line before, so we'll do a Friday edition of the snitch line. We'll also ask him if he is also in agreement that Cody's saying to Rob that he was gone for professional stuff. Is he interviewing?
Sketchy,
is he interviewing for other jobs? Again, he did not. Usually he'll say, "Oh, I'm out because of this or that." Rob asked him in front of me 2 days ago, and he said, "Yeah, Thursday I've got some professional stuff."
Sounds like vasectomy to me.
That's what Bink thinks. I'm pretty sure Cody would have just told us if that was the case.
I don't think he would have.
So we'll get to that in just a little bit. Let's talk some Royals baseball. You know, they've lost 2 in a row. And yesterday was the ugliest of the last couple of games there in Sacramento. Momentum feels like it's completely shot that you built up by winning against the Angels, by winning 5 of 6. And it's because the offense yesterday, at least as well, Bink, looked a lot like what we saw for the first 3 weeks of the season. You know, we talk about outliers, what's real, what's not. Look, I don't think they're the worst team in baseball. But I also think what we saw against the Angels, suddenly everything wasn't fixed. And on Monday when we discussed, hey, are you buying back in or the Royals back? Well, get to 500, get near 500. And they're going into a series now against Seattle where they're 12-19. And unless they win the series, they're going to be in worse shape. You know, they're going to be in worse shape than what they were just last Monday. And so I just feel like all the goodwill maybe that they were starting to build back up again was shot that quickly, and that's the hole they have dug themselves into. You have 12 men left on base, and you're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Those were the numbers we were talking about all of April for the most part.
From the 20th of April till about the 29th, one of the hottest teams in baseball. Things were changing. They were scoring runs. What Hawaiian Brothers was giving away the free food because they had scored so many runs.
Yep.
What's the giveaway?
6 runs at home. 6 runs at home, and you get a free classic plate. It's a great promo.
So people were in long lines at the Hawaiian Brothers to get that. They were scoring runs. They were coming back in games, winning at the end like that double delay. You saw at Kauffman Stadium on the last homestand, winning those type of games. And the one thing is, too, with the pitching staff kind of coming back, like Cameron and Reagans. Well, Cameron, I mean, you expect him to be good. You know, it's going to be great, different story. Reagans, you expect to be great. I mean, that's your one, that's your ace right there. But over 5 ERAs for those guys, they've been so good and consistent and able to supplant the hitting kind of struggling. Hitting started coming back a little bit. You're like, all right, pair that up with the pitching. You definitely don't want to see the pitching go the other direction. Hopefully they get that rectified because the starting pitching's been so good. But there's not been some great games of starting pitching as of late. And Seth Lugo, up and down. I love the fact that he played so well at the beginning of the year because at the end of last year when he got that contract was a different Seth Lugo. So we'll see what goes on. But Noah Cameron, I really like Noah Cameron. It's been weird what's going on the last couple of games with him.
But I will say this for him. He's the 5th starter, though. He was awesome last year,
but so good.
As your 5th starter, if you go and look at 5th starters across baseball, he's not any really different than
nobody was so good that you had a
totally.
Guy in the All-Star game in Chris Bubich, and you didn't miss him as much.
Totally true. I would just say, and the list of issues, concerns with it, he's so far down. To me, for a 5th starter, he's not a problem for you, right? That's what he's providing is kind of
the grand scheme of things now.
There's there's way more issues to discuss. I still think, and Jake Eisenberg was on with us earlier, and I understand what he was saying, that it's never as simple as it seems of like definitively when we're talking about the lineup that it should always be this way or that way. But I totally understand fans' frustration yesterday in particular. In a lineup in a day in which Vinny Pasquantino is out due to injury, and with an offense that's just not that good right now, Jack Caglione just has to be in the lineup. I'm sorry. And I know, again, they'll say, well, that's oversimplifying it. It's not just righty-lefty splits. It's how did that particular pitcher fare so far this year against lefties in this spot and that spot. I sometimes, though, maybe it's not as simple as we want to make it. It's also sometimes not as damn complicated as everybody. This is not a shot towards anybody in particular, but like it's not as complicated as some people around baseball want to make it seem when we're talking about the lineups either. It is not. They're not splitting the atom here. Okay, we sometimes it is. Hey, the offense is not good. One of the guys that gives the best opportunity still in terms of power potential when we're already not going to have the power of Vinny's bat in the lineup as well. Jack Caglione should be in the damn lineup yesterday.
He was selected 6th in the draft. It's his time to go. He did have a home run off a lefty. You're 7 games under 500. Like if you're battling at first place and these are the decisions you make, but you're 7 games under 500, what's it matter at this point? He plays in those games. You want to turn on, look at the lineup that comes out. And the analytics to go involved in baseball, it's funny how you look at the sports. Because with the NFL, because the NFL is a heavy analytics team too. Brett Veach talked about it. All those analytic people doing mock drafts and figuring out who's still going to be there when they pick, right? Like the arm length thing. I know people joke around with me on that all the time.
Right.
But that's very similar to baseball. Can you hit a lefty or righty? Like the arm length, do you have the intangibles, do you have the wingspan, do you have the size? We laugh at some of these things with the NFL, but baseball does it all the time on a daily basis as well. The analytics have really taken over the sport in both. So get used to it. I'm actually okay with the measurements in football. But the lineups, I'm not. Caglione needs to be in there every day.
I'll be curious tonight.
You're 7 games under 5. He's 6th pick in the draft, man. Let him play.
Is Vinny back in the lineup? His is due to health, but he's been up for pinch hit opportunities a couple times, but still was not ready to be in the lineup yesterday with lower back tightness.
They dodged one, though, with Michael. That would have been huge.
They did, and they certainly can't afford to not have his bat. He ended up hitting a home run right after getting hit in with that line drive. I just think with this team 12-19, if I told you that the Royals just take 1 of 2 this weekend, in an odd way, you might say, well, that's one that you would even consider feeling like is likely here. Meaning, like there's a real chance they get swept this weekend in Seattle. And so I know they have Cole Reagans on the mound tonight. But they're coming back home on Monday.
Randy Johnson.
The season will be 20% done by the time Sunday's done. So Monday will be 20% away through the season. Are they going to be a team, Bink, that's 10 under 500? Are they gonna surprise win 2 or 3 and they're sitting there and they're sitting at what 7 under 500, 6 under 500? I would say. Like that's the challenge. They had a chance in Sacramento to get fans, I think, buying back in by the time they got back home. And that's all shot based on the last 2 games in Sacramento.
Well, it used to be nice. So you have this series in Seattle, and then you come home, you got 4 against Cleveland. You got 3 against Detroit at Kauffman Stadium. So, yeah, very important games. There's no way to look at these games other than vastly important for the Kansas City Royals. Then 3 at the White Sox. Here's the thing. Last couple of years, you would have said, oh, we can get good. Like, we had won a few games against Cleveland or Detroit. Mm-hmm. You go and play Chicago for 3. But Chicago's better. And that's the problem. Royals have been bullying them around all play. Even going 12-1 against them, 2 years ago. It's been incredible what they've been able to do against the team, but you can't count on that anymore. That's why getting some momentum against the A's would have been huge going into Seattle because of what sits in front of the Royals, those 7 games, pivotal games that sit in front of Kansas City when they come back.
Coming up in 15 minutes, we'll talk more about the potential for a former Chief to return to Kansas City and what Nate Taylor's percentage chance of that happening was. Also, the random question of the day coming up in about 25 minutes or so. You and I would say Drew are probably the 2 biggest college football guys at the station. That's fair to say, right? By far.
We like it.
Drew, sure, yeah.
And Drew has a fantastic college football podcast. See, text line, I say nice things about Drew all the damn time.
I appreciate it.
But you don't hear it. And there'll be nobody saying, oh, you're very nice to Drew.
For some reason,
no,
people
everybody
think we hate
says I'm
each other.
mean to Drew. And I'm not. I'm very complimentary of Drew Nixon. Very.
And new episodes of his podcast start up here very soon.
Next week.
So he's got, I bring that up
it's because, a great podcast.
And this is why I wanted to have this discussion, because I saw Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, talking about where things are trending for the college football playoff. And I feel like this kind of went under the radar, but he just kind of casually said it with Feinbaum yesterday or 2 days ago. And he talked about the college football playoff, number 1 and number 2 season. Guess what they're going to be able to do now?
So I was asked on the way out, did you talk about like eliminating Tuesday ranking shows? We really did not. We talked about the schedule of those shows, but we did not talk about whether those exist or not. We had a brief conversation about format, really understanding the timing of decisions that relate to the 2027 season. So by the end of November, I think December 1st is the actual date, we'd have to make a decision if we vary from 12. And last year decided to not vary from the 12-team format. I think those were the two kind of key issues, and the discussion around bowl games. So there are some differences. It's interesting next year, the opportunity for the 1 seed to pick its path, the location of its quarterfinal bowl and the location of its semifinal bowl, and then the 2 seed to have a quarterfinal bowl option and obviously placed in the semifinal bowl. So we talked about those logistical issues, really good TV success, really good attendance success last year, and how do we continue to build? Those are the real key topics.
So that was Greg Sankey with Feinbaum. So if you're a 1 or 2 seed overall, or any number 1 and 2 seed, just the number 1 and 2 seed, you'll get a chance to pick your location for the quarterfinal and the semifinal. I think this is doing a little too much favoritism towards those top seeds. I understand that you in the regular season, your resume earns you a top seed and everything. I don't like this at all.
Well, people like to plan the games out, too, to find out you're a 1 or 2 seed. They like to plan out. This is kind of the Oregon Ducks rule a little bit, Drew. And what I say with this, so last year, Oregon, right? So they played James Madison at home, the first round of the playoffs. Then they go to Miami to play Texas Tech, right? So then they fly all the way back to Washington. Couldn't be any further than playing in Oregon than going to play in Miami, right? Then you know where they had to go the next week? They had to go all the way to Atlanta, Georgia again and play Indiana. So, I mean, a lot of traveling for Oregon. I look at this more of the Oregon Ducks rule than anything else. The fact that they're a West Coast team that twice, back-to-back in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, had to go from Oregon all the way to the East Coast. Now, if you say, well, they should just stayed and practice there, we don't know what the class schedule was or finals or anything else. We don't know. Hopefully that stuff was done by the time they played in January and they were on Christmas break at the time. I'm sure it didn't interfere at all. But, again, they still did do that. They still went back to Eugene, then back to Atlanta after going to Miami the previous week. To me, it was the Oregon Ducks had a really, really, really – they weren't brought up in this, but this is a team that should be brought up in this discussion.
Do we know, though, so by the sounds of it, do we know if it is they get to pick where the game is played or they get to pick their path? Because that is two different things. So the way that I hear it, if he's talking location,
so they're already set and they can pick which one.
Well, that's where
pick their location of the possible locations.
That's what I'm saying. So if they say
they can't just say, "Oh, let's play everything in Atlanta."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is based on the sound of it is, hey, we're going to go to the Fiesta Bowl, but the Fiesta Bowl is not going to get played in Phoenix this year. It's going to get played in Atlanta this year.
That's not how I took it.
It's picking their path, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Because to me, because the way that it would solve everything, honestly, the semifinal games or whatever, but I think if you are a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed, you earn the right, in my mind, to host a game on campus.
Okay.
I think you would solve all the problems, most of them, by doing that, because it would be like any normal Saturday where the first round is, on campus, the lower seed hosts, and then in the second round, the quarterfinals, you do the same thing where it might be, I don't know, the Peach Bowl. But since such and such a seed is the 3 seed, like the bowl would be attached to the seed more than the location. The location would just be on the campus of the school. So let's say Texas A&M is the 3 seed this year. Just throwing a team out.
Mm-hmm.
If the Peach Bowl is the sponsor of the 3 seed, it would be the Peach Bowl and College Station between Texas A&M and blank. I think that would solve some of this, not issue, but I do think that there are. The 1 seed to have to, like you're talking, Bink, if you have to travel to one place and then travel to another one because it's in a set location where it could just be like a normal Saturday and you could go to the campus of another team, I think that 1, 2, and 3, and 4 seeds earn the right, if you will, to they deserve being the 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed to host a game. And then the semis you can have at the Rose Bowl, but I think from there it's like a bidding process.
Well, you
would have the Rose Bowl and doing one of the semifinal games probably, and whatever bowl wants to pay more, they get to host the semis, and then the national title game will be wherever the national title game is.
Well, here's the choices. This year, the quarterfinals of the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, the quarterfinal, AT&T in Dallas there. The other quarterfinal will be at the Fiesta Bowl.
So if let's say Texas is good enough to be a 2 seed, let's say. So Texas is clearly going to choose the path through AT&T Stadium or the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Through Dallas. Then the semifinals are either at Hard Rock in Miami or the Superdome in New Orleans.
So they would choose New Orleans.
New Orleans. The championship game's in Vegas.
I think this is where it gets interesting. If you're picking your path, essentially, would you rather play closer to home, or if you know, let's say it's between SMU and Boise State,
or something.
Either who's going to travel, or what could be the better? What matchup do we like better?
Like an Oregon situation.
Yeah, like because I think if you're Texas and you're the 1 seed or you're the 2 seed, I personally would look like, forget the location. Texas is going to travel. Our fans are going to be there regardless. What path do we think is easiest to make it to the semifinal and make it to a national title? I think it sounds like how you navigate through this, but I still think that you would save yourself some, I guess, brain usage by just saying we're a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed. We're hosting it, and we know we're hosting it, and we don't have to overthink this. But obviously, it's about money, and they're going to go to wherever the bowls are normally at, and all those other things. So it just adds another piece to the pie, which I find is interesting. Of
Give
course,
a nice twist that podcast.
And Greg Sankey mentioned too, December 1st. So they didn't vote last year. I think the deadline was also December 1st to expand the playoff or not. They technically could expand it again if they wanted to, but this also, as Greg Sankey mentioned, I guess is one of those things. But we also might be talking about a whole different thing come December 1st.
True.
If they're like, well, let's do 16 teams instead of 12.
Which is going to happen very soon.
Then what are we doing? So I do feel like
what do you think
the expansion talk is more of the conversation.
What do you think whenever, I don't know, whether it's 4 years from now, 10 years from now, what do you think the final number will be? Will we be sitting at a 20-team playoff? What do you think the end game is?
I want to say 24, but I think 16.
24.
I think if they expand,
24 is crazy.
If they expand from 16, it's going to go to 24.
But
which
it's not out of the realm, though.
But I don't. If they move to 24, if they move to 24, it's the same thing that D2 does. It's the same thing that FCS does. So it's not like it's not being done. The problem, though, is if they move to 24, I don't think you can have a 12-game schedule anymore. You have to get rid of it. They have to go to 10 games or 11. FCS does 11. D2 does 10. If you move to 10 games, I think it still fits the quote-unquote calendar, and you don't lose the significance of the regular season as much as you would if you moved to 24 and you kept the 12-game schedule, where all of a sudden the Iron Bowl and all these rivalry games that mean so much on the last week of the season, they wouldn't matter as much anymore.
I'm just curious where a team would pick, because are you going to pick it because of logistics like you're talking about, or being sentimental? Texas has had a lot of luck when they've had the Rose Bowl 05 and 06. They went back-to-back Rose Bowl games, and one of them was the national title.
You're saying you want to play there because they played there.
I'm just saying, they've had good luck there.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, I think if they go to 24, the other part, I was just asking for the number in fairness, but when you look at the future too, we've talked about this over and over, just where things are trending with collegiate sports. I mean, yeah, it could be a 24 playoff, but the group of 5 might not even be allowed in the dance here before long.
I would say,
I mean, that's a real possibility too.
If they do, in fairness, if they expand to 24, I think, well, if they expand to 24, they should have all 10 conferences.
They're not.
I
would love that. They're not going to do that.
Because
that'd be awesome.
Because then you would look at 14 at-large bids, which if you move to 16 is the exact same as what it would be. So,
but you know, Sankey, you know how greedy the SEC and the Big Ten are.
Correct.
They want expansion because they want to have 8 of their teams in.
As far as expanding, we could say we wanted college football, but basketball just said, "Hold my beer."
I know.
Which is what college football is going to say the same thing. They're going to move to 16 at some point, and then who knows where it goes from there.
I think in 2028 we'll have 16.
I think we will have 16 as well.
So interesting stuff from Greg Sankey as we look ahead a little bit to college football. As Drew said, he's got a new podcast coming out next week. Start up heading into the summer months for college football. Before we know it, it will be college football season. Crazy. It's May now, man. It's May 1st. All right, up next, let's talk about someone who could be back in Kansas City by the time we get to August, and what's the chance of it happening? Nate Taylor has that answer next.
Cody and Gold, brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. Follow the station on Instagram for ticket giveaways and behind-the-scenes content from the show at The Fan 965.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill. What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi, it's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
The first leg in horse racing's Triple Crown is Saturday. That's tomorrow. Whether you're watching from the track or the comfort of your couch, you can bet the Kentucky Derby on the same place you can bet on all your other favorite sports. That's on FanDuel, and right now all customers can get a Derby bet reset. That means you'll get racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. The app is super easy to use. You don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. You can bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on FanDuel and make it that much more exciting with a Derby bet reset. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. FanDuel Sportsbook's the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Verified FanDuel racing account required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
She walked miles with her granddaughters every day at Disney with zero knee pain, but she couldn't have done that months ago. This all started with a visit to QC Kinetics.
We have spent the last 4 days going from park to park, walking all day long, no pain. I feel fantastic.
Here's what baffles people when they hear Kathy's story.
The doctor said, you need 2 full knee replacements. And I said, that's not going to happen. I went to QC Kinetics. I started treatment that day. Within a couple of weeks, I was absolutely pain-free.
It's the kind of story that QC Kinetics hears from patients all the time.
I cannot thank QC Kinetics enough for giving me my life back. I'm active again and loving it. I'm well over a year out. I've had absolutely no pain in either knee.
Before you agree to surgery, listen to this. Think about it.
Tomorrow is Animal Kingdom, so yeah, gotta go.
Kathy's glad she took them up on the free consultation. We have one set aside for you.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dane and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch, KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City, telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brennan and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a hospitality manager at a 5-star hotel.
So I just checked into room 318, but someone was in there.
Room 318. Oh, you were supposed to be booked in 813, which is now booked.
So what do we do?
How about rock, paper, scissors for who gets the bid?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Rob Brennan. We hope you're enjoying Beyond the Pitch KC, a podcast on how Kansas City landed the world's biggest sporting event. It's presented by Commerce Bank. Visit commercebank.com/soccer26. New episodes released every Wednesday on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Back here on Cody and Gold, Alex Gold, Drew Nixon, Jay Binkley with you. We're 30 minutes away from a Fan Club Friday. Hope everybody's having a good start, hopefully, to the weekend. Some of you may be able to get out of the office a little early. I know it's not warm out. It looks nice outside, although I don't think it's like in the 70s. It's in the 60s or so, but it looks nice. I wish we were outside in
63.
Kansas City. That's the high? Okay, 63 degrees. It looks nicer than what it actually maybe is temperature-wise.
Pretty damn good.
Matt Gatt. Well, we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled with 80-degree weather and stuff. But
and tornadoes.
That's true. At least we don't have the severe weather in the area. Matt Gapsky going to join us for a Fan Club Friday coming up in 30 minutes, plus a special Friday snitch line. We haven't done a snitch line in maybe 3 weeks or so, and we will have that with Matt Gapsky coming up in just a bit. You guys can interact with us on the Jay Southland Tow Service text line 913-586-7965. Video stream is up and running on YouTube, Twitch, X, and Facebook. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That way you don't miss any of the shows here on 96.5 The Fan. Random question of the day coming up in about 8 minutes or so. I want to talk more about wide receivers and the name that I think everybody is understandingly bringing up post-draft after the Chiefs did not select a receiver in the first round, and that is the possibility of Tyreek Hill, and then you couple with what Brett Veach just said moments ago on the Pat McAfee show. In fact, Brett Veach was asked by Pat McAfee on, are they going to make some calls on free agents? And, Tyreek Hill, of course, is one of those options.
Yeah, there's certainly a possibility of that. In fact, some of those players that you have listed there, I think I've spoken to some of those agents already, and I think where we are now from a process standpoint, as I mentioned, we have our rookies in this week. We're going to I think we had 8 or 9 draft picks, maybe 8. I think we signed 16 undrafted free agents, but we have 110 guys here trying out. So we'll see. We might flip some of those guys. Some of those guys may end up on our roster. And then after that, we'll officially have our 90. And then we're going to go through probably phase 2. But, we'll start picking up the phone, reaching out to agents, may have some visits here in the late spring, early summer before training camp. But I think we're always looking to get 1% better. And if something makes sense for us and something makes sense for the player and the agent, we're all for it. And who knows, we'll see. But we'll certainly be making a lot of calls.
Today, technically, rookie minicamp, that's starting today. It's the first football activity the Chiefs have had in quite some time. Look, the cliche part, right? Any team, of course, is going to look at ways to improve their team, but we all know the names that are out there. They're aware of the names that are out there. I know the cap situation is tight, but I still always believe if you want to make a deal, let's say it is Cam Jordan. If you want to really sign him and he's interested and you need to free up $5 extra million or $8 extra million, you can do it. You can make it happen. I still think, if you tell me the Chiefs sign anybody of note, we're probably a couple weeks away, don't you think? Or do you think we could find out in the next week or so?
Yeah, we could. It's fine now because it doesn't hurt your comp formula for next year. So it's, they made that decision, this week? It was at 3 o'clock, I think, on Monday, where it didn't matter who you signed. But you heard him at the end. We'll be making a lot of phone calls. He wasn't like, we make it. No, he said, we'll be making a lot of phone calls. That's the stuff you want to hear from your GM, just constantly trying to make the team better. And they'll get everybody. I always think it's kind of this process where you have the free agency, and then you fill, some definite needs you have. Probably one of the better ways to fill the needs for immediate success, and the draft kind of more long-term. Then you have your draft and who you picked, and then all of a sudden it's time to go look at those free agents that were passed by because they wanted too much money. Now is the time where players get a little more desperate, and you get the one-year contracts. So you call the agents. Where do they sit right now? Juwan Jennings probably going to come way off that $22 million he was probably looking for. And so you call these agents, or you're like Howie Roseman that makes a deal for Grenard during the draft. He's like, you know what? There's not that edge we wanted here. We want a pass rusher. We'll go ahead and make a move for it. And it was aggressive in making his move. But, man, that sounds like he's still knee-deep in work as far as the free agents that are still available for the Chiefs, which is good to hear.
Tyreek Hill and Cam Jordan are the two names that fans bring up. Hill for obvious reasons in the history there. Cam Jordan because I think he could really help this defensive line. Nate Taylor was on the morning show the other day. They asked him, what chance does he think, percentage-wise, that Tyreek Hill's in a Chiefs uniform this season?
Man, I don't want to be, hyperbolic or, over the top, but I think there's, more than a 50% chance that he's in a Chiefs uniform. So I would put it at, 55%, maybe even 60%.
That's pretty damn. That's a pretty damn good chance of happening, and I think it's like a coin flip or so that it happens. He clearly has interest. I wonder if the Chiefs want to see what the rest of this offseason program looks like with some of the rookies and see how Xavier Worthy is looking as well, and maybe this is more of a training camp type of signing if they actually end up signing him. But my feeling is that Tyreek Hill is going to be willing to wait because his health is going to dictate that he waits. The report in March was that he wouldn't pass a physical. Now, that can change. It's been 2 months, so maybe he could now. But let him get if I'm the Chiefs, I'm sure they've been in contact. You let him get as healthy as possible. Let him know we've got interest and all that. And then he's someone you sign in the middle of training camp or the first week of training camp, and you slow play it. And if he's not good for week one, he's a nice addition midseason. We had some people texting in earlier in the show. We were discussing this in the 10 o'clock hour, and suggesting that, he would be the number one wide receiver. He's faster than this guy. He would just be a luxury item to add to your receiver room. This is not 2021 anymore. You're not counting on, the Chiefs should not be and are not counting on Tyreek Hill coming to this team. He would be a nice piece to add to receiving room that we have questions about. That's it. Whatever you get out of him is a bonus. He's also coming off a massive knee injury. We all watched you might have been watching the game live when you saw it was really nasty when that happened live, but if you go back and look, that was a serious knee injury for someone that's already in his 30s that relies on speed for a large part of his route running ability.
Skill-wise, if you take that injury away and he started last year, how much better is he better than Worthy and Rice before that injury? Yes, I would say so. Is he right now?
Who knows?
I don't think. Xavier Worthy, we still don't know. We still don't know because last year it was derailed a bit with the injuries and the lingering ankle and things he was dealing with throughout the season. So it was delayed. And, of course, he missed those 3 games at the beginning. But, yeah, the familiarity, I think, with bringing Tyreek Hill back, I'm just really want to see the speed thing because the speed is such a big part of his game. Did he turn into a great route runner? 100% because he did halfback and wide receiver at Oklahoma State and West Alabama, did both. Comes into Kansas City as a kick returner, started doing that, still a wide receiver, but they worked on it. But he adapted to it. Man, he was like a great route runner. Self-taught, man. What he did, the work that he put in was incredible to become that great wide receiver. So, yeah, they trust that. But his big part of his game was that speed because he had something people didn't have in the NFL, and that's a rarity. Listen, everybody in that league is strong. They're fast, but he was faster than fast. He had that elite speed. That is one thing guys don't have. Everybody else has everything else in the National Football League. But that speed right there is one of one that he had. But he's 32 now. Can you still say, are you still 32?
Yeah, I'm skeptical.
Is Usain Bolt still going out and winning gold medals now? No. Age catches up with people.
No doubt. No, it absolutely can. I think there's a pretty good chance as well that he ends up in Kansas City, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. If someone was asking about Cam Jordan, just what's the contract look like, I can only give you the projection from a site like SpotTrack. SpotTrack says Cam Jordan, 1-year deal, $6.7 to $8 million. That's what they project.
Worth it.
Absolutely worth it. have him help coach up and teach a little bit.
If that's truly the case, it should have already been done.
Yeah, and that's just what they're saying on the site. Help out Gelati, help out R. Mason Thomas, and help your team at 26. And then he's done. He's here for 1 year. You're done, and hopefully by then you feel more confident in your young players that are developing. But Cam Jordan can help. Cam Jordan can help this team immediately. He spent his whole career in New Orleans. Does he want a chance to go somewhere else? We just saw yesterday.
That's why Terrell Suggs was brought in here.
Calais Campbell signed with the Baltimore Ravens, Bink. So Cam Jordan's really the last really strong defensive line option left, unless you want to go down the Joey Bosa path.
I don't know if it's a fit. I do like the Boses and how
Cam Jordan seems like a perfect fit.
It's the consistency and what are you going to get on a game in, game out basis without injuries and everything else. Cam Jordan gives you consistency at this stage. Again, with Bosa, you're talking about a lot older.
How old is Cam Jordan going to be? 37?
Well, the same age,
he's still
but as far
there.
as development in the NFL.
36, he'll be 37 in July. So, 37 during the football season.
How old's Bosa? Isn't Bosa younger than Cam Jordan?
He's had more injury problems.
Yeah, but he's had the injuries.
31 in July. I think they have the same birthday? No, 1 day apart.
I think the injury situation is much different between them both.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like Calais Campbell. He didn't play like a 40-year-old, does he?
No, I still think that's going to happen at some point, though. The Ravens are hoping it's not this year.
What did Bose have? 5 sacks last year in 15 games with Buffalo.
I saw a rumor that
he played well against Kansas City. Man, he was a beast in that game.
I saw just on the rumor mill, if you will, that Joe Burrow's trying to get Joey Bosa to go to Bengals.
Interesting.
He has a connection from being at Ohio State.
Well, it'd actually be a good fit for that team because losing Hendrickson.
I mean, they've already added so much to that line.
This would not be a bad addition.
No, they can go ahead and do that. You can never have too many pass rushers.
That's a spot I wouldn't like to see him at, to be honest with you.
Boye Mafe, Bosa, Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen, Miles Murphy.
But having that other coach in the room for the young guys like R. Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Gelati.
Even if he doesn't, even if Cam Jordan doesn't, let's say Father Time does hit Cam Jordan. At the very least, he's in the room and is helping. I think even just having him there.
Like Terrell Suggs at the end there.
Even if Cam Jordan is not Cam Jordan that we've seen over the last however many years, if he's able to at least be in the room and you're having those conversations and he's helping with technique or he's helping with in any way, shape, or form, you're always going to take a guy like that. For R. Mason Thomas and for Ashton Gelati and George Karlaftis even can still learn some things, I'm sure.
All right, let's go ahead and get to it here. We do it right around this time on Cody and Gold.
Random question.
Random question of the day for the text line for everybody on the video stream as well, watching maybe on over YouTube, of course, for Bink and for Drew as well, 913-586-7965. So let me ask the question. This comes from a parody account. So let me be clear. This is not actually something that is happening. This is from the parody account Hoops Crave. But it got me thinking a little bit. A, would you pay for this? B, is there a subscription service like this that you would pay food related? So they tweeted out today, and then it went viral, but it's not real. Let me be clear. This is not something McDonald's is offering. But it says the tweet read, McDonald's is reportedly planning a subscription fry service, offering unlimited medium fries for $20 a month. Now, again, that's not true. That's not happening as of right now.
That would never get you in that 15 jersey.
So the random question is, A, would you ever pay for that? And the second part is there a food subscription, fast food related or whatever, where you'd be like, all right, I'll pay a set price every month to a fast food place that you would be all in on. So would you pay $20 a month for unlimited medium fries at McDonald's if they offered that?
No, because you'd be towards the end of the month. You're like, man, I got to go every day now and get my fry order in. I would probably 100% do it for beer. If there's a beer club and you can go once a month and or a couple times a month to get the beer that you selected and you switch out different beers. That I'd be 100% interested in. Fries now.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for the fries either. And McDonald's fries are great, but I would not be paying $20 a month. I think we were doing the math on it. You got to go at least 7 times to pay for itself.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Like a donut.
Is there a food item? I think
donuts?
No, I don't. My answer would have been yes a while back. Not anymore. I've cut back on those. But I think
if I ran an office or something, was bringing donuts for.
If I could pay $30 a month and I could get 10 Chick-fil-A sandwiches a month or something for $30, something like that, or unlimited, then I would.
You would have done this with Chipotle back in the day.
Oh, I'm
'Cause
back.
you're 100%.
Oh, I'm back. Did you know?
You?
Oh, I'm back. I'm fully back on the Chipotle train.
Would you pay $100 a month for whatever Chipotle?
100. When I go now, it costs me if I get what I want, it's $13 to $15 every trip. Now, I'm not going at the same rate I was 4 years ago when I was going 5 times a week, but I'm going like 2 or 3 times a week again. I started doing that again. So I don't know, $100 a month. That seems crazy for me to have an auto charge every month of $100 to Chipotle. Like, I understand if you think the math is
3 times a week?
Yeah. Chipotle is the only one.
Maybe $45 a week then, essentially, on the high end. So if you went 2 to 3 times a week and you went it 4 weeks, then you're making it up. If anything, you're getting one of those weeks.
Someone said Taco Bell did this for nacho fries.
$156 if you spent 13 4 times a week or 3 times a week.
So 3 times a week. So I would save a little bit of money.
Save about $56.
But still, should I be spending $100 a month anyway on
Yes, you
Chipotle
should.
to begin with? That's another question. But no, I've been going back. I for whatever reason, the taste of it is back for me. Remember I told you I stopped.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was 3 times a week, it'd be worth it for you to spend $100 a month on your
Is there a place for you, Drew?
Chipotle subscription.
I mean, Chick-fil-A would be tempting, I would say. It's tough though.
What happened to Quick Trip drinks? You used to get it every day.
Big. I haven't been to a Quick Trip to get a drink in a very long time.
Every day
Actually,
you used
I
to
can't
go.
tell you.
Bink asked Drew to make a Quick Trip run today.
I thought he was going still.
No, you did ask me if I was going to Quick Trip, as if you wanted me to get you something. But yeah, I haven't been in a while. I think, in a way, these kind of things also
things change.
Because if you think to yourself, okay, $100 a month, as you said, for Chipotle, you think, man, that's kind of crazy. But then when you look at what you actually have spent, you realize, okay, $100 a month actually would be a pretty good deal.
You know what's funny is, do you have a car wash subscription? I am surprised by the amount of people.
You
do?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by the amount of people that have them.
Now that pays for itself very quickly.
It's a very common thing.
Yeah, that pays for itself very quickly. The unlimited car wash. I do that all the time.
It's almost as better to subscribe. Like you, like for people who like McDonald's fries, they should, if that actually was a thing, they should do it, because if you go 7 times, if it's 7 times over a whole month, so not even a third of the month.
Yeah,
you get a fry. You essentially get a medium fry covered for you. I mean that. If you like it enough, then yeah. As somebody mentioned, the AMC does popcorn. It feels like the subscriptions are actually worth it if you do it enough. Where
they're hoping you don't go, and they're hoping you don't go as often, and that there's some people that will lose money on. There's plenty of people that will not go enough, and that's the whole thought process, I'm sure. But someone said Taco Bell once had unlimited regular tacos for $10 a month a few years ago. Like the crunchy ones, just like the regular standard crunchy beef taco, for $10 a month, you got unlimited. That seems like a ridiculous deal.
That's a steal, yeah.
That seems like a crazy deal.
Like get unlimited here and plus have the Ozempic coming as well.
Yeah, just do both at the same time. Yeah, but then you won't be hungry. You won't want to eat the tacos.
No, you won't.
So then you're wasting your money.
But you'll fit in that number 10 jersey.
Yeah. Bink earlier had a rant about the jerseys. If you're missing why he was bringing that up, that was the whole.
Somebody said it'd be better if you could do several restaurants for a flat fee, like you did. You get an option of you get to pick 6 out of 10 restaurants.
Good luck getting everybody on board, but that would be good.
Yeah, it would have to be like how KFC and A&W or KFC and like Taco Bell. They're like they're.
Have you ever been to?
Sometimes they have the dual stores.
Have you ever been to the Kentucky?
Yes.
Kentucky Hut or whatever.
Yes.
What it's called? Yeah.
Yes.
Have you been, Drew?
I've been to one of those.
It is still there's still one on Metcalf. They've changed it up. Like they've remodeled it, but yeah, it still has a Taco Bell and a KFC and everything. Yeah,
it had three places in it, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it still has Pizza Hut. I haven't been there in so long.
It was a wonderful place. I remember back.
As a kid, I loved.
Didn't they have like A&W? They had like hot dog. You get hot dogs or whatever too.
A&W and Long John Silver's had a partnership for a while. They were like the dual. That was like a big thing. Get those chicken planks back in the day.
Would people all of a sudden start sharing their membership like Netflix or something?
They probably wouldn't allow you or something. Yeah, how do they? Yeah, that's a good question. Even on like the subscription food, how do they know that you're not just giving the login? Like I'm assuming it's all in the app, so you'd have to give the login to somebody else. But yeah, how do they not know that?
Yeah. I don't know.
One of your overweight friends, you're like, dude, you've been like every day. What are you doing? We no more fries left because your ass has been there every day.
All right, someone confirmed no Pizza Hut in anymore in the Kentucky.
Oh,
You guys mentioned Long John Silver's. I have never had Long John Silver's in my life.
Are you serious?
It's been, Drew,
Bink, if I
7 to 8
No,
years.
you
at
go
least.
in there, you put the fish hat on.
If I am buying seafood outside of a grocery store, it is never inland.
That is
Ever,
fine seafood.
Inland.
That is fresh
So
catch
I-
of the last
Ever
year.
inland.
As a
Never.
kid, I would go, but I would not get seafood there. I would get the chicken planks, the L6, L2. I don't know what it was. L6, I think was the.
Long John Silver's rocks, man.
But I haven't been
When
there
I was living in Pensacola, I got seafood all the time because
I'm sure,
I'm
yeah.
on the coast.
Well,
like I'm not going to get a
Agreed.
seafood. I'm not going to get
It's
seafood.
like eating barbecue somewhere else. You're just not going to do it. Like, I doubt you had barbecue in Pittsburgh.
No, we went to Permani Brothers, had a great sandwich.
It's
Yeah.
a good place.
Yeah. I think that's why I refuse to get the McRib at McDonald's. What are we getting McRibs for?
Never gotten that either. Yeah, come on now.
Oh, you have to at least try it.
Someone said Captain D's. Yes, that's seafood as well. Never had that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no for me.
Remember the buffet rush back in the day? It was like Western Sizzlin' and Golden Corral.
Ryan's
You'll
and
still
all
see
those
Golden
places.
Corral and stuff, but the
Ryan's was
buffets
one
that we
too, I
had.
think. Oh, yeah.
Golden Corrals are still going, though.
They are. And whenever I drive by, they're busy. People are still going.
It's a wonderful place.
Do you
It's
go
like
there?
the Disneyland of food.
Do you go there?
No, I haven't been in a while. But seriously, though, if you have a group of people and people want like 5 different things, you
I
go
still
to
can't
Golden
get over
Corral.
Carrington because Carrington's got this on the open, of course, of his show. He says the red lobster, like he's all about Red Lobster.
He likes the biscuits.
I feel that way about
Bay
Texas
biscuits.
Roadhouse.
We've had our discussion. Cody has never been. We still need to take him there.
Roadhouse?
He's never been.
Oh,
I know.
man.
I couldn't believe it. He had
That's
never
crazier.
Oh, man, it's like a staple.
You have to admit, him not going to Texas Roadhouse is crazier than me not going to Long John Silver's.
Yeah, Texas
yes.
Roadhouse.
That's wild.
I think I saw something. Isn't it? It's the number one restaurant chain now in the country.
It might be.
Something like that, or number 2. They're always busy whenever you go. The cinnamon rolls are the butter with the cinnamon butter. The rolls with the cinnamon butter, I should say, are top notch. No, I like me some Texas Roadhouse. Absolutely.
Never been. That's crazy.
I still like a Waffle House trip, man.
We
Still
know.
nothing
Waffle
better.
House is good.
Yeah, it's gourmet.
Okay.
That's Bink's spot. He goes once a week.
It's awesome. Not once a week. I'd get in the Waffle Club, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
if there was
so
a
you would pay how much money? But you're only getting the waffle. I know you. You need the hash brown,
Hash brown,
smothered,
yeah.
capped, all that stuff.
If you got yourself like a big breakfast combo, you know, you get you get the eggs, hash browns, biscuits and
Maybe.
gravy, whatever.
Maybe.
You would do it?
Maybe, yeah. If the Waffle House would do that, I don't think they would.
That's the random question of the day, by the way.
Waffle House is already pretty
That was not
affordable.
real, by the way, from Hoop Crave. That was a fake Twitter account. It's
Not a
parody
bad
account,
idea, though.
But I don't know why they just tweeted out like fake stuff about a McDonald's subscription, but it got us thinking, and that was why it was the random question of the day.
Have you got your free Mountain Dews yet for home runs over 425 feet?
No, I don't drink Mountain Dew. I don't drink really pop
Drew
or soda
does,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, I still have a Code Red. I don't have as much as I used to. Thank goodness. I was on a
I do. I drink
was on
a lot of
path to
Mountain Dew.
just
I
go
drink a
nuts with the
lot
sugar.
of Mountain Dew. I drink more beer than anything, but Mountain Dew's probably
You all right
next.
over there?
Yeah, I drink more beer than anything. Mountain Dew's probably number 2.
So hey, so you have beer, Mountain Dew, water.
Yeah.
All right.
You can live off that.
Someone said if we get Cody to Roadhouse, we have to tell the waiter
Yes.
it's his birthday.
Yes. He has to be on, yes.
Nobody's
100%.
hopefully he's not listening. If we
100%.
go, we should just. I didn't want to tell him it's his birthday. He doesn't care. It's his birthday. That way he can. Oh,
Please bring out the saddle. Yes.
Oh yeah, they can do their dance.
Oh, 100%.
Be fantastic. It really would.
That would be great.
And he could sing with it. He could sing with them.
Oh, he would hate the attention though. It'd be great. I don't know. Maybe you like it.
Which is ironic though, because him singing him going out of his way to sing songs and everything like
But
that
in
feels
that,
like
he would feel so uncomfortable.
Yes.
Is what it would be.
Which
That's why
should
it would
be
be
fun.
great. He wouldn't hate the attention, but he would be uncomfortable. That's
Yes.
right. It's more that he would just be very uncomfortable with the situation.
Do you ever tell a place it's your birthday? Because I do not.
No.
So especially if they're come sing. No. If someone says it, I go, no, they're joking. It's not really.
There's
your
a Mexican
birthday."
restaurant that I go to quite a bit, and they always will put on like the sombrero on someone's birthday and sing "Happy Birthday" in Spanish. Like I don't need that.
I
don't
hate
need-
that.
I don't need that. Drew, do you when you go?
I've never gone and said like it's my birthday.
But if someone in the group says it,
Oh,
you're
I've
like,
had somebody else say it without my knowledge, and
Yeah.
it's fine. It's a good time, but
You like it's a good time.
yeah, like it's not. I'm not gonna.
You like
I'm
the
not.
people singing to you, Drew?
That's my birthday.
I'm not like embarrassed to the point, like I'm not embarrassed as I would used to be. But if somebody says that and they come and say happy birthday, cool. Like, I guess, like, I'm not.
There's a couple things I hate in life. It's people that sing at your table or they do balloon animals. Like anybody walks over there when you have a kid and they want to do balloon animals and charge you for them once they've made like an alligator or some crap like that, and they expect $20 or whatever. Screw you, man.
I mean, there's a lot of things
clowns.
you don't like. If those are two of them, you didn't even mention the other thing that you said
balloon
today.
Animals.
Yeah,
screw
what
off,
was the other
man.
thing?
No one needs it.
What was the other thing that you said you hated today too?
People
Bink?
that sing.
Oh, there's something else too. You haven't even gotten to the fourth thing yet. Then.
Oh, jerseys.
Yeah, there's 4 things that Bink hates today.
Up next, Fan Club Friday.
He doesn't hate Fan Club.
Matt Gapsky going to join us from 106.5 The Wolf. We'll talk some Royals baseball. We'll probably run that question by him as well, and a special Friday edition of the Snitch Line.
What's up, KC? It's Matt Strahm from the Kansas City Royals. You're listening to Cody and Gold on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com. 96.5 The Fan.
Look, we've all noticed the gas prices right now. They're pretty high in the area. I think I drove by a gas station this morning, $3.99 a gallon. Right now, fortunately for me, that is not a problem currently because I'm driving an electric vehicle thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. I'm in the Ford Mustang Mach-E. If you've never driven an electric vehicle, it's a great time to go in and test drive one. Currently, you're going to save quite a bit of money just off the fact that you're not pumping your vehicle with gas right now. You can charge the electric vehicle at home, or there's charging stations around town. In fact, there's a couple areas nearby me that I can actually charge it for completely free. It's going to take a little longer, but some of those are completely free to charge your vehicle. I love driving the Mach-E. I put out a new video on my social media. If you want to check it out, you can see one of the cool hidden features of the Mach-E, how the door opens, actually, which keeps it pretty sleek and doesn't have this clunky handle. It's really cool. Check out the video on my Instagram or Twitter at Alex Gold, at AlexKC Gold. But right now at Shawnee Mission Ford, they have announced $399 payments on Mustang, Bronco Sport, and Mavericks. $499 payments on Bronco, Explorer, Ranger, F-150, and only Shawnee Mission Ford offering that $500 gas card on top of those low payments. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford, and of course, they're on a mission to do more in 26.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself and Rob Britton on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Turns out, talk isn't cheap. Just talking about affordability doesn't make things affordable. Straight Talk's had the same price since 2009. Plus, their Gold plan includes a Walmart Plus membership and $20 in Walmart cash when you activate. That's more than just talk.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straightforward, always. Valid through May 17, 2026. $20 in Walmart cash for Straight Talk Gold or Platinum Plan customers newly enrolling in Walmart Plus. Limit 1 per enrollment and account. Same price claim applies only to base monthly price of the $45 Straight Talk plan, beginning October 2009.
Hey, Kansas City. This is Cole Reagans. On your way home from McKay, tune into Vern's postgame show right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Welcome into the Fan Club.
Step 1, we buy into this club. Step 2, we roll over to the club, either in your Mercedes-Benz or my pre-owned Acura Legend.
It's not as much as a club as it is a couple middle-aged dudes in sweatshirts talking about sports.
Bounce, 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 bounce. Now all the ladies saying bounce, 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 bounce.
But you get the gist. Here's Cody Tapp and Alex Gold.
It is a Fan Club Friday, brought to you by Jay Rieger & Co. Alex Gold, Drew Nixon with you. Jay Binkley in for Cody Tapp today. And Fan Club brought to you by Jay Rieger & Co. Really cool thing they got going on, by the way. Every year over at Rieger, they do their big Kentucky Derby celebration. I just looked on their site. There's still lawn general admission tickets available. So they've got a whole event out there tomorrow for the Derby from 3:30 to 6:30. It's all presented by Rieger Bourbon. And so this whole thing is going to cover Electric Park, the Garden Bar if you've been out there, the Atrium Tasting Room, and of course the Hey Hey Club. So still opportunities if you go to Jay Rieger's website and you can dress up yourself. They've got, I believe, Dress to Impress for a chance to win prizes, Best Dress Contest, Best Hat, Best Dress Couple, Best Individual, and, of course, all the Derby-inspired cocktails like the Boxcar Julep alongside some of the beer and wine. So head to Rieger. Really cool event that they do each year for the Derby, and everybody takes it seriously, man. Everybody dresses up, ready to rock and roll. We've got Matt Gapsky joining us in studio from 106.5 The Wolf, of course, from Ginny and Jagger, producer of that show. We've had the full show on the show. Our show before. Are you guys over a year into this thing now?
Oh, we're coming up on
close.
it. Yeah,
okay.
We started like early fall.
Okay. So, I don't know why. It feels like it's been a year already for you guys over there.
Well, we're nice and settled in.
Did you guys dress up like horses today?
We did not. No. Does this count? You guys can see me. I got the collared polo on.
Yeah.
No, but people in bars, you will see people dressed up. And then everybody's short friend will be the jockey. Like, that's the way it works. My short friends used to be the jockey. We do these Kentucky Derby parties, and the short guy would be the jockey.
That would be me. I'm the short guy.
Yeah. Our Would You Rather for our social media this week, if anybody follows us on Instagram and Twitter, you should, the Fan 965. What I always love about the Would You Rather video we do, if all you see it is in your feed, it doesn't have the description of what the question is. So it just simply says, would you rather? And then the first answer from Mac is a horse. And then someone else will be like the jockey. But you have no context to would you rather be a jockey after the Derby or win a jockey? And so plenty of times we will have would you rather, and it's just involving two people. And we don't. Would you rather what?
Yes.
Would you rather what with the people?
If you were less than 5 foot and you love sports, would you be a jockey?
Well, I answered the question. I said, would I rather be the Kentucky Derby winning horse or jockey? And I said, I'd rather be the horse. You get studded out after you win.
Yeah, you get paid to have sex like every day.
That's a great point.
And the jockey, you're probably like 5'2". Nobody knows your name anyway.
Lots of pressure too, because then you have the success.
You go out to a farm, they bring in other horses.
The horse might be done, but you got to keep on riding other horses.
Yeah, you don't become glue either when you're a champion horse.
Bob's answer said he likes to be spanked, so he went with the horse.
Well, that's fair. Different strokes for different folks.
No, you think I'm making this up? Go pull the audio. I was looking in this. I was looking in the system, hoping the drop was already in there. I was about to play it. I had to say it. I wanted to just play the drop.
Do you have the drop?
I'm surprised the morning show didn't put it in there. I would have thought that they would have the drop of Fesco saying he likes to be spanked.
We'll get it. We'll get it a little bit. What's your answer?
To say?
I think I'd go jockey actually, and that's simply because I feel like it would be really fun to do something that exciting and regularly do it. I mean, you talk about the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. It's hyped up. You're going.
Will you watch tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't care anything about horse racing at all.
Yeah.
Outside of the Kentucky Derby. I don't even place bets. I just like watching it. That's it. As soon as they do the call to post, I'm there like right before it starts. I'll watch it, and then I'm done. And I love it, though.
Doesn't take too much time.
That's it. It's a nice pop over.
Go grab a drink or food or whatever because it'll be over.
No, that's good. I like it a lot, though. I don't watch the Preakness. I don't watch the Belmont
I don't
Stakes.
watch any of the pre-race stuff, though. It's like 5:57 post time. I'll turn on the TV at 5:50. Give me the race. I'm done. Maybe make a bet, and that's it.
I will watch them if there's a Triple Crown threat.
This is what gets you fired up, Matt?
That's it, right there. I just want to hear the guy in the red
fun to
coat
see
come
in-
out and do the trumpet.
It's fun to see in person. I've never been to the Derby, but have you guys? Any of you gone to a horse racing track?
No.
It's fun.
My brother's been in multiple races. In Florida, it's a big deal because the weather's warm all the time. He's been.
It's not close at all, but do you guys remember the Woodlands?
Oh.
So I was too young.
I've been out to the dog track there, yeah.
Here's the deal. I would always wait and see which horse or which dog was going to pee.
Which what?
No, dog. I would wait and see whichever one's going to pee or go number 2. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
They become lighter and they're better to bet on. Like if you see a dog taking a leak, that's the one I put money on. I'm not kidding you because they become lighter, more free.
This is 2 days in a row, Bink. Horses. Horse. 2 days in a row.
Silent S.
Enunciation.
It's not.
Well, do we need to be watching for as they're trotting in?
It's the same thing as
with the
horses
horse.
and dogs. If they go, you just bet on them.
You need to have an eagle eye as they're walking up to the starting gate tomorrow.
Yeah. Exactly.
There is something to that.
Well, horses let a lot out. So
Yeah, they do.
that's weight.
It's
Alex,
the horse you put money on.
It seems like it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not real analytical or complicated. It's just okay.
Hold on. Has it worked, though?
Yeah.
Did it work for you?
Oh, yeah, the dogs?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Well, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science.
Became a lot lighter.
Yeah.
I would always wait and see which horse or which dog was going to pee.
Bink, it's not a silent S. It really is 2 days
I
in a row.
said horse.
Oh, my
goodness. You didn't.
You guys are dirty, man.
No, you said it, man.
You guys are dirty.
You absolutely said that.
I do a PG version of the
Oh,
show. I'm
okay,
very
okay.
clean.
Uh-huh.
Almost Mr. Rogers, that's clean.
Sure.
You guys are dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's us. We're the problem, Bink.
Yes.
We are the problem. Thinking of, unfortunately, some problems, that would be the Kansas City Royals and their play on the field. Matt, I know you're a big baseball guy, so I want to talk a little baseball here, and then we can get into some other stuff as well as a snitch line. Have you been in for a snitch line before?
No.
So we'll have snitch line. Normally, we do it every couple Thursdays. We figured we'd do it when you're in studio. We'll have some fun. We'll explain that in a bit. But the Royals, all the momentum they got from last week, against the Angels, and felt like, okay, maybe they're turning the page. It feels like it's all crushed already because they just lost 2 in Sacramento against the A's.
Well, you know what they say always. It's a long, long season, and I watch almost every game I can of the Royals. I'll tell you that the stat that drives me nuts, LOB.
Oh, man.
Left on base, man. And that has been the bane of the Royals for, I feel like, so long. Well before the World Series runs and everything, left on base, man. It's not just getting on base. You got to get guys in. Get them on, get them in, and that's just tough to watch when the opportunity's there and just can't make it happen.
My thing has been with the starting pitching, like Noah Cameron. I know he's a fifth starter or whatever, but still, ERA 5.4. Cole Reagans has been very good in 2 of his starts where he's not giving up a single earned run, but he's sitting at 5. That's the thing you've been counting on because with the hitting not being so good, then April 20th, the hitting came around.
Yeah.
They were one of the best hitting teams in baseball. I just hate to see that Angels series. Then you win that first one against the A's, and you can't parlay it. Then you got Seattle, and you come back, got 4 against Cleveland, 3 against Detroit. It's tough.
It's very tough. Well, I mean, the other thing, though, is what's everyone in the division like right now, though?
Not good.
Fortunately, the division's not good, but my whole thing has been, and you're right, the division, thank goodness nobody's running away with it,
right?
Has been, I don't even really care what the divisional standings are right now in terms of, they're only, I haven't looked this morning, 5 back, 4.5 back, whatever it is. Because we know that even if you're 4 back right now, you're 7 under 500. We all know even if you get to 500, that's not winning the division. That's not getting you a playoff spot. So for me, it has always been get back to 500, then I'll start talking about where the division is at. And unfortunately, they're back to being 7 under 500, and they have a huge week ahead of them after this series against Seattle. They got the Guardians in town for 4. So yes, divisionally, of course there's plenty of games to make up. That's not the issue. But they could be coming back home 10 under 500, 9 under 500. Man. That's a real possibility.
It is. It's scary. Retiring Randy Johnson's jersey. I mean, it could be.
They are doing that this weekend.
Yeah. That's not good vibes. Then that's going to be quite the atmosphere up there.
Got to put the other ones around it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Mariners are a good team, and well, do what you can. I feel a lot better about things if they can walk out of Seattle with a winning series.
Oh, if they win the series,
home,
that's a whole different story.
If they can make it happen. I mean, we know that they're capable of it. We just saw it happen against the Angels. So let's put things together and let's get it done and come back and be in a good way to take on the Guards.
What do you think, Matt, when you see the lineup coming out and you didn't see Keggs in there again? And, 6th pick in the draft, he does have a home run off a lefty, which he's done this year.
Yeah.
When you see that, I know that Hosmer put something out there that the guy in the 17 shoes needs to always be playing. I felt that way, too. I'm like, listen, you're 7 games under 500, 6 at that point, 6th pick in the draft. I know he's had some bad plate appearances in Sacramento, but let's go ahead and see Keggs.
It's hard for me not to think of, I just want to see him get some at-bats. Keep him going. I trust in Q. I like him. So I guess there's a plan there. It's a strategy he's working on, but I would love to see him get more at-bats. Why not?
I just think, I know that we had Jake Eisenberg on. He said it's not as simple as just, hey, put him in there every single day. But I will say sometimes in baseball, we overthink the hell out of it. We so many times we overanalyze it. Of course, analytics should be used. They hired Matt Quatrero to lean on numbers and analytics, and it's not as if he just randomly throws out a lineup. He does, and he has a reason for what he does. I don't dispute that at all.
Absolutely.
But man, when your offense is what it is right now, and yesterday a lineup in which Vinny wasn't available due to the injury, Keggs just needs to be in the damn lineup.
I want to see him play. I think a lot of people feel how you guys do as well. I'm at the point where I'm like, please, I just want to see him go, but you guys must know something more than I do.
You've been a Royals fan for a while, right?
I grew up here, my whole life.
Yeah, so you've been a Royals fan your entire life. The pessimism around the team is warranted based off of the false hope we've been given plenty of time in history. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
it's more than warranted. I think in the way you're talking, and I see it on the text line and certainly interacting with Royals fans around town, or just my own friends, just the other night or whatever, as we're watching the Royals game at a bar down the street. The worst thing is like the apathy part of it, which is the feeling like, it's April and here it is again, and that's the part that sucks. As Bink said, we didn't get to the draft before that happened. Then maybe there was a little tease against the Angels, and you're right back to where you're at.
See, I'm one of those guys though that even when that feeling starts setting in, I still watch and I still engage, just because it's become such a part of my rhythm this time of year of just like go home, put the game on.
Same way.
That's just what I do. That's what my wife and I do together. We've done it for a long time. I know there's been lots of history about the apathy though. I don't know. It's hard not to be optimistic, even when it's like this. I'm like, if he can just do this a little bit better.
I would love for them to sweep the Mariners over the weekend, and Monday we're talking about a huge week. I would love to be doing that on Monday. I just don't have a lot of faith that. I think more realistically, they take 1 of 2 this weekend or worse. Why should I think that suddenly they're just going to go win 3 in a row against the Mariners? If you're going to say, well, they did it against the Angels, the Mariners are a much better team than the Angels are.
Of course,
it's a 500 team. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not, and that's what I'm trying to get around to saying. It's just they're capable. That's the thing that always is just like they're capable of doing
how hard is it for you, Matt, watching the Royals
since
kids, just like you, here in town? you have these seasons, there's no expectations. You're like, all right, you're going to see some of these young talent come up from Omaha or whatever and play, and you're okay with what the record is now. But when you have expectations, to win the division and be one of the best, and you look at this other division, you're like, man, Royals could be right there with these other teams. That's the frustrating part. I don't know if it's frustration that sets in or what, but when there's expectations, realistic expectations, not just, hey, it's baseball season, we're going to be good again, but real expectations, this team's going to be good this year, and then to be sitting where you're at, it's frustrating.
I feel that. I really do. Like with the expectations of it. Part of me, though, of having not seen my favorite baseball team in the playoffs until I was 29 years old, kind of like left me in this like emotional zone of like,
man, you were
I don't
born
have
right
the
between.
Yes, I was born in November of '85, so they had just won it, and then nothing. So I spent my entire fandom until 2014 not even seeing my favorite team in the playoffs, which kind of sets expectations in a weird place because it's like, as a fan, I'll tell you, what my expectation is simply this. I just want to see a winning season. That's my baseline. I don't want to say I'm happy or thrilled, but if they can just be competitive towards the end of the season and there be a chance and maybe you make the postseason, but finish above 500, and I feel pretty good about it.
I like the 2013 season.
Yes.
Before they made it a play, because they technically were still alive until that final weekend against the White Sox in 13. Didn't make it, of course, but they still were mathematically alive until that final weekend. And that gave you a fun season because, of course, what was about to become 14 and 15.
I might be.
But 13, that nice little run was so fun.
I'll tell you, I might be alone on this, but that's just kind of how I feel. And 13 was so much fun. I was actually living in New York, doing radio up there, not New York City, but for 2012 to 2016. So watching the World Series run against the Mets was really fun.
I bet.
Up there, I'll tell you, in upstate New York, not a lot of Mets fans. Mostly Yankees. Everyone's kind of like, no, not Mets.
I always found in New York, it was you're a Bills fan and you're a Mets fan. If you were a Jets fan, you're a Yankees fan.
Giants fans.
Or Giants.
There was a lot. Mostly where I was in Binghamton, New York, just for reference sake. It's a little south of Syracuse. Giants fans, Yankees fans were the predominant sports. There's some, like, if you're talking hockey,
is that the tandem
Rangers,
that kind of goes hand in hand then?
Yeah, there would be some Buffalo. Before I moved there, I kind of assumed the fandom was a lot more geographic. As in, like, Giants and Jets fans kind of around New York City. If you're living upstate, you're like a Bills fan up there. But no, the success of the Giants over the, 2000s really pushed people, I think, into that fandom up there.
It's a Fan Club Friday here on 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Jay Rieger & Co. We got Matt Gapsky from 106.5 The Wolf, of course, producer of Ginny and Jagger. Normally on Thursdays, once a month, we do a little snitch line. It's May 1st. It's a Friday. You're in studio. Bink's in studio. Let's do a snitch line Friday. This is something that we created all the way back during COVID when the NBA had their bubble hotline and people were basically snitching. So that's where this originated from.
Okay.
So it's anything anybody around town wants to text in that they have seen somebody do, that they want to get off their chest, that a coworker has done. 913-586-7965.
A texter texted in earlier, and I promised that they texted in like a half hour to an hour
our
ago,
first
and they
one.
said they're not going to be here, but here it is.
Let me hear it.
They said they need to snitch on themselves. Wanted our opinions. Every time their dog poops out in public, they act like they pick up the poop with the poop bag, but they just leave it on the ground and keep moving. They did say sorry.
So you know it's wrong and you know it's embarrassing because you'll do the act of like pretending you're picking it up, but then you don't. You're already halfway there. Just do it.
Yeah, if you're going that
you're
far,
already
you might
there.
as well
Like,
do it.
It's one thing if you're just like, I never pick it up. That's not good either. But you should be doing it so much that you're grabbing the plastic bag, reaching down like you're gonna do it, and then you just you just pull the bag back up and like pretend that you're tying up the bag, and then.
The ultimate bait and switch, man. The ultimate psych job.
Do they not want to just carry the bag of poop around? Is that the issue for not going all the way on this?
Probably.
A lot of places have like the trash bins that you can just throw it out.
Right.
There's a park right by me. They have both the bags and the trash can
but in your
right
neighborhood
there.
or whatever, if you're walking a dog around the neighborhood, you're carrying it back.
Well, then you have to carry it till you get home. Sorry.
Unless you throw it in your neighbor's yard.
Yeah. Well, I could, guys, I'll snitch on myself on a similar thing.
Yeah.
I've done the fake out move too, except I didn't have a bag. And I looked around and I'm like, I'm going to pretend like I'm picking this up. Now, okay, I came back later
Oh, you did.
and
Okay.
I got it.
All right, you're good then.
I got it. But it was there for, most of the
Anybody
day.
see?
Or the ring
No.
camera probably caught you doing it. So at least
You can't get away with anything anymore, Bink.
so they got it. And so they posted that. Hey, the good guy here, man. Matt's a good guy.
Ding
Came
Dong
and got
Ditch has been killed, right? Like it's impossible for people to do now with the ring cameras.
A
You can
staple.
never do that again.
That's a staple prank of my childhood.
Same. We would do it in the neighborhood all the time. So much so we would do that. Somebody had a big van parked in their driveway. So we would ring the doorbell, and then somebody would then run it. They came up to the van window, and my buddy would just be like this, and like his arms crossed with the hoodie up, and just the person's like right outside the van window.
Or
at that point in
TPing
time.
somebody. That's out of the equation now.
Nah, that's over with. Oh, these days are gone, aren't they, fellas?
Yeah.
Back in my
can't get
day,
back to
Drew,
that.
people used to put toilet paper in trees.
So somebody snitched on you, Gold. I'm sorry, Cody. They said they saw Cody at Chipotle yesterday, and he skipped to the front of the line, and when he was confronted, he yelled, "Do you know who I am?" It was disturbing.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe that happened.
I saw Chipotle
Yeah.
and thought it was you. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
It was Cody.
I am usually people think Chipotle. It's me. No, it makes sense. I mean, if Cody was there, he definitely was cutting. He definitely was skipping to the front of the
Well,
line.
if you do the pre-order, you get to do the skip, right?
Well, you just go to the
You
shelf.
just go right
to the
past
shelf.
it. I can see that being misconstrued.
It's kind of a professional thing to go do.
I mean, he did say, "Do you know who I am?"
Come on, Cody.
Someone says from the 816 in the snitch line, they know a boss at I won't name the business at a state agency. How about that? Who vapes in her office and state vehicle, and she thinks nobody knows. She's not allowed to vape in the vehicle. Maybe does that mean that doesn't seem terrible? But if she's vaping in her office, she's probably not supposed to do it. But what's the consequence?
I don't know
there?
the rules.
It is her office, though. Yeah. Or is it
That's
in like
what
a
it sounds
public?
like. It says
public
it's a state
space?
it's a state agency for the state of Missouri, according to the snitch line.
Ooh. I thought of one here. Do people snitch about like stealing office supplies?
Oh,
and
all
things
kinds
like
of
that?
stuff. Absolutely.
Did you know?
What have you been stealing, Matt? What have you been stealing?
I'm not
Toilet
stealing.
paper on COVID. I'm
not-
sure it happened everywhere.
Guys, I'm not stealing the toilet paper from work. Come on.
Well,
I
no,
do
me
not
either,
need
but
to
I'm sure
tear
it
up my
happened.
butt.
The toilet paper here is not even one ply. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a ream of paper from
From some desperate times, man.
I get you. I will not name names, but I definitely know, I have knowledge of someone stealing the coffee. Like
steals
straight
coffee?
The coffee grounds?
The coffee ground, like straight up scooping it out of the big Folgers
No.
tin
Oh, my
into
goodness.
their own
No.
containers
No.
and taking it home.
You know this for a fact? It's happened?
Absolutely a fact. I saw it happen.
I mean, there's a couple,
and
there's a couple names that have come to mind right now.
They do not work here anymore.
Oh.
They do not work here anymore.
Perfect.
So, but yes,
They would
literally
steal
their
the
own,
coffee.
their
Wow.
own containers and just scoop, and then stash it away in their bag. That happened.
That's crazy. Someone, by the way, responded and said, hey, if you're not allowed to smoke or vape in a state vehicle, that's why. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, makes
I
sense.
learned something today.
Makes sense.
Someone says 913-586-7965. A snitch line Friday here during Fan Club Friday. We got Matt over from 106.5 The Wolf hanging out with us here today. So this says, is it a given that guys do, or is it really bad? I was just at a bachelor party. We got strippers because it's a bachelor party, but we know his future wife would be pissed if she found out. I mean, she just can't find out, right? It was a stripper. It's just you had strippers at a bachelor party. He didn't organize it. You organized it. You move on. You don't tell anybody.
Just tell her you were seeing old friends.
She knew it was a bachelor party.
Might not have been a good idea to text the radio station with those details.
Well, you think there's only one bachelor party that happened recently?
I don't know. Don't put the suspicion out there.
Drew?
This one's crazy. From the 816. My colleague has been leaving 2 hours early saying he needs to go pick up his kid. When confronted about his kid, since he doesn't have any photos of him, I saw him generate photos of a fake child and him on ChatGPT, wondering if I should tell my manager. Unbelievable.
Don't tell your. What are you gonna? Don't get him fired.
That's elaborate. You give him a promotion.
That's crazy. This guy wants to leave work 2 hours early so bad that he has fake AI photos of his kids.
He went to work.
Wait, what do you say? Where's he work?
No, I said he went to work on that. I almost want to applaud the effort that you went to
It's promotion for
in order to get out of
resourcefulness.
there.
That's wild.
Wow. Maybe hold it over his head. I don't know.
Man.
like a family photo of AI wife and all that.
He wanted to leave 2 hours early so bad that he is now convinced everybody in the office he has kids. That's insane.
I mean, you can't go to the old standby of the bathroom emergency type. I got to get out of here.
But this guy's probably doing it multiple times a week.
I guess so.
Or you could
every Friday he wants to leave 2 hours early. Sorry, the bowels are acting up.
Or you can get a lot of credit for getting somebody out of a car that was in an accident and sit there and just hold the dog's leash.
Yeah, that was so Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel. I'm sure you're aware of this whole story, but there was at one point a report that she saved a man from a vehicle, like during a crash. Which, okay, great. Amazing. Awesome. Turns out she did not. Now, she was never the one claiming she did, but the story now has been proven wrong. She was there just holding the dog on a leash while someone else rescued the man. It's a little bit different.
You roll with what
just
sounds
a little.
good, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
It is slightly different.
Wow.
That is a Snitch Line Friday.
Vicious dog.
Here on Cody and Gold. We'll continue a little fan club Friday. We'll talk some Chiefs football. We'll also talk maybe more about the World Cup and some things that are coming up in the next couple months as well. That's coming up right here on Cody and Gold.
I like being spanked. Give me the horse.
You're listening to Cody and Gold. Tune in for the Chiefs Red Half Hour every day, starting at 11:30 right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's been life-changing. It really has. Went up to CQC Kinetics. I could feel the difference the way I got out of bed. I could feel the difference throughout the day. I could feel the difference while I was playing golf.
Let's rewind. That's an elated QC Kinetics patient, David Smoke, a very active TV and radio sports personality who loves to run and golf.
I started to notice some aches and pains, an aching, throbbing pain in my right hip. I didn't want to get cut on. I've had MRIs, and it showed no structural damage. I've tried the steroid injections, and that just seemed like it kicked the can down the road.
It's that endless cycle that leaves you continually fighting joint pain in your hips, knees, shoulders, and back. But this is where it ends with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
I've tried it all. The only thing that's different is me going to QC Kinetics. I believe in it because it's worked.
Don't waste another day going in circles. Make QC Kinetics your first call. The consultation is absolutely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch, KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City. telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brennan and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Mother's Day, celebrate her with something truly special. At P.F. Chang's, enjoy a 5-course celebration experience starting at just $89.99. Featuring premium entrees like New York prime strip steak tataki, oolong Chilean sea bass, and lobster and prawn fried rice, plus the bold signature flavors she loves. It's more than a meal. It's a celebration made just for her. Reserve your table now and make Mother's Day unforgettable. Only at P.F. Chang's. Available when you dine in for a limited time only at participating locations. Offer may vary.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Rob Brennan. We hope you're enjoying Beyond the Pitch KC, a podcast on how Kansas City landed the world's biggest sporting event. It's presented by Commerce Bank. Visit commercebank.com/soccer26. New episodes released every Wednesday on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Back here on a Fan Club Friday, brought to you by Jay Rieger & Co. We've got a great crew hanging out today for another half hour. We've got, of course, Drew Nixon producing the show, Jay Binkley filling in for Cody. We got Matt Gapsky from 106.5 The Wolf, producer over with Ginny and Jagger. Tell us a little bit about the show. People that haven't checked it out before. Last time you were in studio, we had Ginny, we had Jagger both in. I always see him in the hallway. I know the schedule's different. Although you and Jagger are here till like 2 o'clock every day after getting here at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Jagger's a huge baseball fan too, isn't he?
He's a Guardians fan.
Yeah, next
huge, huge fan. Oh, we're all going to go out to the game
You
together.
should. That's cool.
The
Good.
daytime one.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're doing great over there. 106.5 The Wolf. It's a lot of fun. Just a lot of laughs, and we try to just have a nice, positive, fun kind of show. We've got, all right, I'm here. I'm going to plug.
106.5. Listen to it all the time.
Go for it.
Thank you. We have Free Tank Tuesday. Back on Tuesday. We're giving away gasoline, man.
Oh, it was $4 a gallon.
Nice.
Yes, free gas. You can win that a few times every Tuesday here.
Nice. We were talking during the break about some of the concerts coming up, too. I know you guys are always talking about some of the new country acts that are coming through. The Mort Amphitheater looks incredible. I can't wait to see this summer. There's some amazing concerts coming up, too.
Oh, big ones. I mean, pretty much all the big names in country, it feels like they're coming through there. Tim McGraw's coming. Luke Bryan's coming. You got Brooks and Dunn are going to be out there. In fact, I mean, it's so loaded. If you like country music, the Morton Amphitheater is going to be filled with it this summer and fall. There's just so much. I can't even remember them all. There's so many.
The buzz on that place is incredible. It seems like the artists really want to go play there. I mean, it really seems like they've, I don't know who's behind their marketing or whatever, but they're certainly bringing in the talent.
Is that Live Nation?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're bringing in some serious talent.
Well, Jenny did got to do one of the tours.
Nice.
The
hard hat
tour.
tour.
The hard hat
Oh,
tour
man.
of it.
It's
She
right
said
next to
beautiful.
Current, Casey Current, where they practice in Riverside, by the way, if no one's been down there.
It looks really cool from the pictures I've seen. It should be a great place to see a concert. And again, they are just filling it up. Not just country acts, but it's going to be busy here.
Yeah, we were talking about Kesha's there if you're looking for non-country acts as well. Who else did we see? You mentioned Dave Matthews Band. I had the list. I was looking last night because they got like a whole ticket deal going on right now too as well.
Yeah,
like $30 tickets to select shows.
That's right.
For lawn seats, I think it was.
Which is fine. Like I think that from the pictures I've seen, it's going to be one of those venues that there's no bad seat. you're good. If you're in the lawn, it'll be perfect.
Is Cody singing there?
He is not singing there.
Cody
He has not been invited. He has not been invited to sing there yet.
You guys were busting on him earlier about
he sings, man.
You guys
but
why he's not here, right?
Wolf. You guys have him do a song on the Wolf.
We could do that, but that's what I do on the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm the singing guy. That's fine.
He'd love that.
Maybe we could do one together.
Oh man, Cody on 106.5 The Wolf.
You don't want that?
No.
He already
Cody
comes.
Would sound awesome on the Wolf.
Jay, do you know he already comes on our show?
Yeah.
Yes. So he's like our.
Yeah.
We
Cody
bring him on to
singing
talk
with you guys would be
sports
awesome.
stuff. So.
Yeah.
I think Gold would be okay with it if it was on your show where you guys did.
yeah.
I think it'd be okay.
Go, you know what? Someone texted already and said the kids and them look forward to the greatest 15 minutes in the morning on 106.5. This what a text said right now.
Oh,
now
you're talking about the jump start? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
That's our music mix I do every Friday morning. It's just country, rock, pop, hip hop, all kind of mixed in like 10, 15 minutes long.
Who's your number one request right now? Who's the number one?
Oh, it's probably Ella Langley.
Yeah, she's
Ella
Langley's still up there too.
Brand new album. Yep.
Yeah, brand new album. Morgan's
Luke Combs.
Morgan's still huge. Luke Combs is huge. Ella is just making history right now with choosing Texas and everything she's got going on. I mean, you don't see a country artist at the top of the Billboard chart very often. Usually they're, peaking at like 20 on the top 100 or whatever. So having a country artist and a country female be there and sustain these kind of numbers is pretty cool. So Ella Langley's could not be bigger right now.
You've been in radio for a while at this point, right?
Yes.
Fair to say?
20 years this month.
So you've heard different reasons for people being gone from their show and all that. What do you make of, we were trying to figure this out earlier. Cody was out yesterday. He's out today. Yesterday, Rob Britton came in studio off air and said to Cody, hey, I saw you're gone Thursday, Friday. Where are you going? And Friday, I think today, as in Friday, he said, I got something with my daughter. Okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for Thursday, when Rob asked, Cody said, I got some professional stuff. What is it? Is he interviewing? So what's professional stuff? What's that mean? Is he interviewing someone else? Is he trying to become a full-time professor at UMKC?
I think I need to say something to get an excuse, even though I just want to take the day off. It's not really anything actually going on. It's like
professional stuff.
I need to, it's not, what professional stuff?
Stuff. Very professional stuff.
Jay, I heard you say earlier you thought he was getting a vasectomy.
I did. I still do.
I
just think if
he would have told us, Matt.
That's what I'm saying.
He would have just
Do you
told
really
us.
feel like comfortable to go up to your coworkers or your boss? Say,
Sure.
Hey, I need to go get a vasectomy. I'm
Yes,
sitting around
actually,
all weekend
especially
with
in
ice on my groin.
especially in this
That's what I'm going to be
workplace.
doing. Or do you say professional?
In
Say
this
professional.
in this workplace, yeah, he told us when he had hernia surgery, he was open about it. Next week, I'm having sinus surgery. We're talking. I'm sure we'll joke about it next week.
You just don't go around and say, hey, I'm having a vasectomy.
We
You say it's
do.
professional.
No, that's not professional up in here. Come on, Jay. No, that to me, that is, I'm a radio producer, and you know what that is? Content.
Yeah.
Content. We can talk about it. We can joke about it. I had one. I'll say it right now because I made a parody song about having a vasectomy on the show I used to work on. It makes people laugh. I'm going to talk about it. So,
What song do you use for vasectomy?
oh my gosh, now I feel like I need to try to find it before we're out of here.
I kind of need to hear the song.
I
didn't
did
realize
it
there was
to.
a vasectomy song.
There's not. I
Oh, he
did it
made
to
it. Yeah.
the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Wow. Okay.
I could probably find it.
Oh, we might need to hear this before the show's over if we can get it.
I can find it before we.
It's
I might have to
Friday,
walk down the hall, but I can get
songs.
it.
I mean, that's
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
it was that,
That's why I don't think it's that. I think
maybe he's shy.
That's show fodder.
I think he is interviewing for another job. I think he's leaving.
No,
I
I
think
don't
he's
think
interviewing
so.
for another job. Yep. Nope.
Also, if it's the vasectomy,
Yeah.
you're not doing anything the next day. I've been there. I've done that.
He's got a weekend.
You got to say, well,
He's
you
off
don't wanna
Thursday,
move-
Friday.
You don't. If it was today,
He might have got snipped yesterday.
he could have been, but you need
After
like a
Chipotle.
good day or two just on the couch with some ice packs and stuff. It's mandatory.
I think it's a fair point, unless he lied that he has to do something with his daughter today.
Well, he already said that about Friday. He said for Friday I've got something. And then Thursday professional.
Was it a real kid
to
or
what
an
Matt's
AI
saying,
kid?
though. Well, to what Matt's saying, though.
You think he's just taking his daughter to the zoo?
Well, no. To what Matt's saying, though, if let's say he got one yesterday.
What?
He would be able to do whatever he's doing with his
I just know for a
daughter
fact
today.
Cody would have. I know for a fact Cody would have told me if he was getting a vasectomy.
No,
I think so.
Yes, he would have.
HIPAA violation.
Yes, he would have.
Too much information. Maybe he keeps his medical stuff. It's a violation, man. You don't talk
that
about
only
your medical
applies.
stuff.
That only applies to doctors. That's nothing. HIPAA has nothing to
You
do
don't
with
have to
what
go
we're talking
around
about.
saying I got snapped.
Bink, it is rich for you to say that. It is rich for you to be the one person saying that talking about a vasectomy is too much for on the air.
It is too much.
I don't know. Everything flies at this station.
It
I
doesn't
like
make
being
good radio.
spanked.
Clearly.
We keep things really clean.
Oh, yeah.
You need to stop.
We
Bink,
push the
stop.
limits a little too much, Bink. Thanks.
No, we keep things very clean here.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Very clean. Text line didn't think I was saying horse.
Well, you weren't. I mean, how about that?
The audio proves it.
I mean,
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Bink. I don't know about that.
It's the magic of radio.
I would have to walk down the hall to go get that song. If you need me to, I'll do it.
I kind of need to hear it now.
I think
why don't you? We're gonna. Yeah,
the fact you teased it, Matt.
You have
Yes,
to.
I
Yeah,
think
I got
so.
it. Right, go for it.
Okay,
go
I'll
for
be
it.
right back.
Yeah,
Matt
go get your
Gapke.
snip song.
I'll email it to you, Drew.
From 106.5 The Wolf.
All right.
You teased it. We've
I'm
got to
excited
hear it a
about
little
this
bit.
now.
It's
The
a
vasectomy song.
It's a fan club Friday here on Cody and Gold. Thanks to Jay Rieger. As I mentioned, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow with the Kentucky Derby, it is an awesome event they put on every year over at Rieger. Tomorrow from 3:30 to 6:30, they'll have set up at Electric Park, the Garden Bar, the Atrium, tasting room, etc. You can actually watch the race there. They'll have their LED screen up, live music. They've got best dressed contests, and they still have the general admission tickets. I just went on their website. It looks like you can still go right now and purchase general admission tickets, which gets you access to the party with cocktails, race viewing, entertainment, all that over at Rieger. And, of course, enjoy the great cocktails.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Kentucky
and you
Derby
get
parties
people
are fun.
dressed
Masters
up.
parties for golf, for fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen photos from this event, too. I mean, everybody goes all out, Bing. They don't mess around.
Grab your short friend and make him a jockey.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea, Bink.
My friends did it. It's fun. But all these bars are doing this. Jay Rieger sounds like a lot of fun. Got to do something fun for the Kentucky Derby. You just have to. It's like the perfect spot. And the what do they call it? The boxcar julep?
Yeah, so they will have the boxcar julep alongside beer and wine and other drinks at Rieger tomorrow. You and I were discussing something during the break, though, while we're waiting for Matt to get back here. I think this is really unfortunate, but I'm fascinated to see how this goes moving forward. So the Kansas City Mavericks just sent out a tweet that to Maverick fans. So the Mountain Division Finals go through Kansas City. Game 1 is on May 9th. Game 2 is on May 10th. It says, please note, if necessary, Games 6 and 7 will be played at the Independence Community Ice Center and unfortunately will be unavailable to the public. And they have a graphic attached to it, and it goes through and it talks about how difficult of a decision it is due to circumstances beyond the organization's control. Any potential Game 6 and 7 will be held at the Community Ice. Regrettably, this will not be open to the public. We fully understand the significance of playoff hockey and the desire of our fans to be part of these critical moments. Please know this situation has been as difficult for the organization as it is for our supporters. And so essentially it's because there's graduations going on at Independence Event Center. I even saw Mayor Quentin Lucas quote tweet this and saying, hey, we can probably find you some ice somewhere at T-Mobile or wherever.
Yeah, T-Mobile would be the
wherever
option,
it would be.
think. It's not a ton of ice.
I mean, this sucks for them.
It does.
You're telling me if
I
they
feel
get
bad.
to,
They've had a great season.
they get to a Game 6, they got to play at a no fan allowed tiny ice.
Where is that? Is that
seems,
their facility they have right there at it? Because there's
I'm
an
not sure.
ice rink right next to the.
It says Independence Community Ice.
The Cable Dahmer has that sheet of ice right next to it. I'm just curious.
I don't know.
That's terrible, though. It's beyond their control, but it's a bad look just for the league they're in and for the stature of the league and all that. They're literally might have to play a playoff game.
If the T-Mobile's open, that's the best
I
option.
don't know if that's
100%
realistic.
the best option.
I don't know if that's realistic or not.
That's what I would be hoping for.
Well, I guess don't get to a Game 6 or 7. You know, I guess
win it.
wrap
Sweep
it up,
them.
wrap that
Sweep
thing
them.
up early.
Just sweep them.
I don't know. That's too bad.
Speaking of wrapping it up, did you find that song?
I did. Drew's got it.
Okay.
I did this for a show I used to work on.
Okay.
After I got the vasectomy.
Okay. Drew, let us know when you
this is
have it.
post-vasectomy.
Post.
Okay.
Post.
All right,
I had to
let's
go
see.
through the experience to
Let's
write the
hear
song,
it.
Jay.
It's true. Let's hear it.
Now, usually
Oh, no. Cody already blocked it. He doesn't want anybody else singing on the show. Cody said, no, I'm the only one allowed to sing. Matt cannot steal my thunder here at all.
Well, that's all right. Well, I made this
for after 1
shows,
second.
yeah.
Just bear with me. I'm trying to.
Oh, good.
Yeah, our friend of the show, KCUC, you can go over there and they'll take care of you.
So that's where I went.
Is that okay?
Dr. Marks, go see him. Not getting paid.
All right, I think I got
You
it.
do not have an endorsement for that?
All right, let's see.
I would do it.
Let's see if we got it now.
Now, usually I don't do this, but thinking maybe it's time to go to the doctor. Go and get fixed. Now, I'm not trying to be crude, but baby, when you're in the mood, it's really fun to get nude and not have to add to a brew. That's got me thinking as well. No more babies is swell. Gotta build up that courage to tell my swimmers farewell. Can I get that snip, snip, and some frozen peas, please? I'll handle it like a pro. Advil, give me some mo while I sing on the radio. It's that big time incision to cut out that emission. Mama hoping and praying dad's gun is out of commission. Ice packs on the scrotum, on the couch like a bum. Chilling out for 2 weeks and then we'll have us some fun. Bounce, bounce. Oh, no. Don't bounce. Bad idea. Don't bounce.
That was a bad idea.
There you
That was really good. Cody's not gonna like me saying this, Matt. Cody's not gonna be happy. The text line's already saying it as well. That automatically vaults right to one of the top one songs or so. Cody
that might be number one.
That's very good. That's
Matt, that was awesome.
That's better than about 80% of Cody's songs, at least.
I think the vasectomy song was last on the bingo card today. I don't think I woke up and I said I cannot wait.
That was really good.
Nobody does, Jay.
That's just it's radio, man. You just improvise. That was so good.
Someone says Cody's in danger. That's a hit, Matt. That's a hit.
All right. I tell you what.
It's a hit.
You can get fun stuff like that over on the Jenny and Jagger show every morning.
Yeah, Matt is very, very talented. Terrific producer. Does a great job over on 106.5 Wolf. I had not heard that. That was awesome.
That was good. Now maybe Cody will have one when he comes back.
He can't now because now
there's no way that he can top. I don't think he's at least with he hasn't topped.
Not for that surgery. He can't. It's got to be a different surgery. And I can tell you this: I'm not making a song go for sinus surgery, so it's not happening next week. Spoiler.
Be tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough subject matter.
Deviated septum. I don't know how you're going to come up with something that fits that.
Just the lyrics there, the incision, and all.
It's well done. Someone says that's up there with Daddy Day. It says when Cody is gone, does Matt get a fill in for singing now? Cody can't ever sing again. Someone that said that that song is amazing. He is.
It feels like we might have to. If Cody hasn't heard that, we might have to.
Play it for Cody.
Play it for Cody.
See, Matt, they love you.
I mean, it's a problem.
Thank you.
It's a problem. I mean, between Matt and then yesterday we played Chiefs first round pick Peter Woods, the defensive tackle. He's got a
Amazing
great voice.
Grace.
Oh, I didn't hear this.
So I think it's not good for Cody on the singing.
Peter Woods sings
Amazing Grace.
Wow.
How sweet the sound.
I'm just saying the bar has been raised in
Yeah,
Kansas City.
Very
Between
much so,
Peter
it sounds
Woods,
like.
Matt Gapsky, the bar has been raised for singing.
Matt, someone wants to know when the EP drops.
Oh, dude, I got a whole bunch of them. I don't know. I'll let you know. Coming soon. This will be, you know what? I'll make the announcement right here on this show when it happens. How about that?
Yeah,
I promise.
Please, you can come back in studio when the EP's ready. When the EP's ready, you
got it.
That was the best vasectomy song ever.
I mean, how many are there, though?
A lot.
There's a lot?
No.
Oh, man. We didn't get asked you. Thinking of Peter Woods, the Chiefs pick there. Did you follow the draft much, or what do you think? I know you're more of a Royals fan, I think, than Chiefs fan, right?
Well, I love the Chiefs too.
Okay.
And with the draft, now I saw Jay. I went out to the draft party when you guys were in Pittsburgh. That was fun. I took my son along.
Did you see what? Did you
for going
see
to that, despite the weather and everything?
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Did you
Great people
see
there.
the disgusting jersey that Drew was wearing?
I forgot already. What'd you have on again?
I'm sorry. Well, I was.
He said it was the
his
draft
Bengals
party,
jersey.
and I said, "Did you see the disgusting jersey?"
Yeah,
I saw the photo.
I was wearing the AJ Green jersey.
He was kicked out, believe it or not. They kicked him out. I'm not kidding. They kicked him
Throw
out.
him out.
Wow.
He won worst dressed. That was actually on our Twitter account. That's official.
Is there a check for that too?
It was on our Twitter account. It must be real, right?
Worst dressed. I tell you what, guys. I kind of pay attention to round one, and then I'm okay catching what happens afterwards
Fair
online
enough.
and just seeing what happened. I don't. Day 2, day 3, I'm out. I'm out. It's all good. I like the drama.
Set the
of round
alerts
one.
up for Saturday. Just give me the alerts when the pick comes in. I don't need to be locked in.
Oh, I don't even do that. You're more than me. You're more than me. I'll catch the recap afterwards and then get excited about what guys like you tell me about the guys, because I don't know much about it other than a lot of those first round guys that get a lot of discussion
They
about
started today. All the rookies in town, all the invitees, like Daniel Highshaw from Kansas, an invitee for just this weekend.
Ooh.
But the rookie minicamp this weekend, this is how close we are to football. When the rookies are going now, then you get the OTAs coming up here in the 1st of June and the mandatory minicamp, then all of a sudden training camp. Then we got preseason football, then we got the season. The rest is history, man.
It's fast.
It's that fast. Here.
It is, Bink. It is here.
Alex,
do you want Tyreek Hill back? That's the conversation. Whether or not the Chiefs are going to sign him. Maybe it takes till training camp.
Is he capable of playing?
It's a fair question. We don't know because of the knee injury that he suffered.
$1 million question.
I mean, if he is, sure. If the price is right, sure. Why not?
If at this point now that they did not spend a top pick on a wide receiver, I can get behind it. In February when we talked about it, I was not really wanting that to be the path, but they've only signed one wide receiver, really, Tyquan Thornton. They drafted, of course, a wide receiver in Cyrus in the 5th round. So if they would have drafted, Jordan Tyson at 9, I'd say, well, then, yeah, forget it. I don't even go down that road. I think we had Nate Taylor on our station earlier in the week, on our show and the morning show, and he said 55 to 60% chance that he thinks Tyreek Hill will sign here.
More than 50%. Well, you guys would know this. Who is out there that's not on a team? Wide receiver-wise.
Juwan Jennings would be the biggest name other than Tyreek Hill. But Juwan Jennings, a little pricier.
Steph Diggs.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is available. Bink's guy Keenan Allen is still out there.
My guy Keenan, man.
That's your guy.
Keenan and I rock together.
Oh, I like that. Who was the 49ers wide receiver that was like driving by the stadium?
Oh, Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
That situation is just, I don't know what's going to happen.
I was mixing him up with
It's
Juwan.
a weird deal.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if it makes it, I mean, he knows the team, right? He knows the Chiefs for the most part.
He wants to come back.
He wants to come back.
I think for the minute he left.
Wow.
Well, probably. Well, he wanted to get paid here, right?
Yeah, they were willing to offer him a ton of money. Just the Dolphins were willing to go a step higher.
It's the old adage, the grass isn't always greener.
It's true. Very much so.
Each one he wants to try to rebound from the last time he was in a Chiefs uniform.
Look, I think if he can play and the money works, sure, bring him on in.
My thought is in August he signs, and then he doesn't play till October or later.
I don't think he plays until the Halloween decorations are out.
What is the pup list? 6 weeks? The first 6 weeks?
Eligible. I mean, you have to activate him after 6, but that's the. I believe that's like
he
the
misses
length.
at
During the
6
season,
games.
mandatory 4 games you have to miss.
At least 4. But you don't. After that, they can wait till week 8, right, to activate him if they wanted to. Someone said, by the way, back to your song. My buddy had a vasectomy last week. I recorded and sent that song to him. He's gonna love it.
Oh, good.
He will like it. You're doing a service for people.
Well, thank you. I've been there, guy.
How bad was it, by the way?
It really was not bad at all.
I've never done it.
No. Well, I mean, you do it like the one time, hopefully.
I haven't done that one time.
Hopefully. There
are times it doesn't work, though.
Things like I've never given it a shot. I just never given it a try.
There is sometimes people it doesn't work.
No, it absolutely does not take sometimes, and you have to
verify
to make sure it does.
I'll tell you this: if I'm getting a vasectomy and it doesn't work the first time, it's not meant to be. We're done. It didn't happen. Sorry, I tried. I did my part. Sorry.
Yep.
Look, I have kids all around this city.
Did you record that?
That'll be a drop.
That'll be a drop. Audio.
My goodness. That's not as bad as that's not as bad as Bob's, but geez.
I like being spanked.
Yeah. It was not that bad. And it was nice to kind of just take care of that for my wife and I. We don't have to worry about it. It's taken care of. It's done. It's over with.
How many people are actually going to think Cody had this done?
As much as we've talked about it.
Talked about it and saw.
No. Cody did not have a vasectomy.
Well, you don't know that?
I do not know for a fact, but he said he's got professional stuff to
You're
do.
saying that, but you don't know the answer.
I don't. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Do you think it's got something to do with his UMKC stuff? Like some kind of like staff.
Why not tell us?
That's the part that's tripping me up.
Why not tell us?
Vasectomy, you keep quiet.
But unless you're me, you make a song about it and tell the whole city. But that's what's tripping me up is the fact that he's not very specific about it, which makes me think